past that tee here. He'll have a really simple putt there for birdie. We'll watch Beatty hit this one and watch Paul tee off on 18. And after that, we'll get you to the Evan Gossett, Eddie Godfrey match that is just about to get started. They're spinning courses right now, so at least we can let you know what course they're going to be playing. And it's going to be a Hollywood Hills again.
Oh, boy.
So we're going to have a Hollywood Hills party going on. Eddie's swiping first. So it looks like Evan chose to watch how Eddie's going to be playing. A lot of times when you're the higher seed, better seed, you do have that choice of who tees off. You don't want your opponent to follow you around the course. No matter how high of a player, you don't want them to see your shots. Look at that shot meter and watch how the ball reacts. So you let them go first.
That's smart. That's a smart way. It's if you're a newer player of this community or the game, or competition, you may not think that way of well, why would they follow me? But again, anything is possible when it comes to these tournaments because even top guys like you and these guys still playing here, there's still stuff out there to learn because people like Paul Taylor hit crazy shots. Eddie G is one of those people who hits crazy shots.
It's not even the crazy shots either, Kevin. It's the shot meter showing that you hit it 118 or something like that, and you just missed the cup or had one too many bounces, so you just hit it a little bit softer, and you can dial up shots really easily. So Paul Luna moving on. Congratulations to him. Steve Beatty moving to the bottom part of the bracket, not out of this tournament. But Eddie G is playing right now, and there he is. His wife joined him. She's right behind him. Evan's wife, always here. Eddie with a real tough way to start this match. Put himself in a really tough bunker there.
And
you don't want to go.
That chip he was trying to hit did not go well at all.
He's going to be down 2 after 1. This is an uphill battle for sure. His game plan changed drastically on hole 1 here, Kevin.
Yeah, that is not that is not something you typically see out of Eddie G like that, especially in a high stakes match like this.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate for him. So for Eddie, which we've talked about several times already, he needs to change his game plan too. He needs to think, okay, I got to be a lot more aggressive. It is Hollywood. You still always have that chance of getting 2 strokes in hole 17. If your opponent gets wet, or maybe more than once. But yeah, it's going to be a definite uphill battle for Eddie here.
I feel like we haven't seen too much of that short tee box on 17.
We haven't,
because that can change it up too. If you get that short tee box, it makes it a lot harder to screw up depending on where that pin ends up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the setup that we get here from these guys. But, talk about like an Andy Haas with confidence. How about an Evan Gossett with confidence? Especially, yes, he's played well in a couple tournaments, but
and if you had to hold this one out here and going up 3. That would have been a real confidence booster right there.
Yeah, you know what? There's not too much you can say about that. Eddie G,
he's a shot maker.
He is. It's interesting.
That's a bad shot,
You don't see him at as many tournaments, and so people, if you're not getting out to these, don't necessarily remember or understand how good of a player he is.
Yeah.
Even in a tough situation, like this.
Yeah, and Eddie G, just a little bit more on him. He's from Cedar Park, Texas. There's a great crew of Golden Tee players out in that area. Texas is a great state for Golden Tee altogether, to be honest with you. From the Wheaton, Illinois area, but been playing in tournaments for nearly 20 years. Him and I are on a pretty similar schedule or history of Golden Tee. He's got a couple younger kids, 6 and 8 years old, and those are his priorities. That's a good shot there for Eddie. Got an opportunity to go after one. But, yeah, that's why he doesn't travel as much as he used to. He is a full-time Golden Tee player. There's still a couple dozen of them out there, and he finds a way to make a living playing a game that he loves. So Evan's still up 2.
Yeah, nothing crazy on that hole 4 on the par 5. Realistically, outside of maybe a missed putt or something, or missed chip by Evan, Oh, I'm trying to think of what holes early on is there really to.
No, I mean there's the next hole sometimes drivable, so maybe Eddie can try to find a way to get one there. Getting it from 2 to 1 would be huge for him, and he's hitting good shots still. I mean he's not being overly aggressive, and I like to mention when you're watching the stream, you know, we're lucky to have not just the game on the picture, but also the players, and just watch their faces because it paints a picture, it tells a story every time.
It really does.
And here's this setup. Be much easier if you had balls that use the full wind. You'd have that 9. Here you don't. You got 4.5 wind, and it's not that it's offset, but it's just the angle is really hard to get it to that green. Evan's still going to go for it. Nothing to lose here.
Now,
and he hit that
why not
151.
go?
Not horrible.
Why not go with the 9.5? Just worried about not getting it up as much and over the sand.
Yeah, I think so, Kevin, and because you got that tree right there. But Eddie's going to go for it here. Ooh,
that was an interesting
and
hesitation.
Might get in the green. Get up there, and he makes it on.
Right.
What a drive! Yeah, that was an interesting hesitation. I
thought, like, was it like my brain like slowing down, or was it him actually stopping, or the video feed?
Well, I mean, your brain probably was slowing down, but that was almost like when you're going to bowl and you get ready to release the ball, and it's like, oh, it's stuck in my hand.
I like, in like Wii Sports where, the bowler throws the ball backwards. That was, I thought was going on with Eddie right here. Now this is an important putt, but he's at 117, which is a tricky putt when it comes to the turbo.
Wide left.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah. He knew he had a chance to get one right there. Hands on the hips, walking away from the machine, and a little frustrated. Hit a great shot, and those shots too. The one thing you don't think about, those hurt your hand. When you're putting everything into a C3 or an A1 to try to get that stroke, he'll be fine. But you hope to get that stroke because you put so much force into it. And these, yeah. It looks like this right here, Evan's got a great chance of just holding out. It looks pretty damn good,
But if he does,
too.
come on. Now, good opportunity for Eddie.
Yeah, great opportunity for Eddie. He just saw what he did there, and he can move it in the box wherever he wants and play his game. He does have the plus club, so I don't think he'll have release. Thumbed it here right. And it is.
Come on.
And Jason, this is the only match going on the stream right now. So when another match comes up, we will make sure to have it on there.
All right, let's see. Where's that pin? Okay, this is a pretty nice pin here on hole 8, bottom of the tier, so you don't have to worry about any wonkiness there.
Definition of wonkiness. Pin in a tough spot. Okay.
Yes. Thank you for that. Oh, that looks. Oh,
bite would have been beautiful right there.
Yeah. Again, you can. We've all said that 1,000 times in our Golden Tee careers. Like, oh man, if I would have just used the other spin option, that would have been perfect.
Which brings up a good point. My idea, for IT to bring that option to the players. You pay a quarter and see what would have happened had you used bite or backspin, because the shot data is there.
Interesting.
Kevin's brain is thinking. That's a great shot for Evan. 6 feet away. He's going to go right. It's a little bit right. 2 great shots there. Those are not easy because as you're coming into the green, if you hit your shot, that fringe slopes straight down and away from the green.
And that was a pretty nice setup, because that one can set up a little nasty sometimes too with the new tee boxes, if I remember correctly.
They'll both here have pretty short looks going into the green. He's got that's a plus club right there. The gap is the super. He's not going to hit the gap wedge. He just doesn't have enough distance with it. But you don't want to know. Okay. he had to make sure he got that roll off there.
That was one of those where I was like, I hope he's looking at this.
We need to have like a challenge flag in football, like throw the red flag, like hold on, stop the game. And those things do happen. Those accidental, backspin roll, bite. releases.
It's a beautiful shot there by Evan, too.
So it's the part of the day, Kevin, to where there's a lot of matches going on. Some of them, it's the end of the day, end of the weekend for some people. It's a little quiet in here. You can kind of, not to the pin drop part of the day, but definitely, you can feel how tense it is in some parts of the room.
Oh, come on, Evan. Oh. Yes, absolutely. Outside of the Buffalo machines in the back and the basketball machine, people are playing that. But that's the thing. Like, people are if they're out of the tournament, they're probably going and grabbing lunch off campus, so to speak, or outside, or just taking a moment in because, it may be 1:35 Central here in Texas, but there is still a whole nother Top Gun, Little Gun Player of the Year tournament to go on before the end of the night.
Right.
So they know if I stay in the bar, if I play games, I'm going to have a couple of drinks. I might wear myself out. And for the guys, in the Top Gun, you're playing for a lot of money. In the Little Gun, you're playing for some good money, but also the World Championship pass. So
yes.
It is not something that these players take lightly. As Evan almost drops another one, going for the GSP record.
And ignore the last few messages.
Oh, really?
This is one of those holes that's gotten a little bit easier with the new tee box. It's pretty much straightforward C3. You rarely go to the patches on the left-hand side in the water.
Yeah.
The reason I'm chuckling in the background, we just wanted to make sure that the stuff that you're seeing on your screen and the messages that are coming through are appropriate for all viewers. Eddie G in a spot that I've never seen.
I actually saw another player hit this over the weekend. It's actually a pretty nice spot.
Is it really?
Yeah, I have not tried it yet.
You can't make that putt, can you? Oh, it's stayed right.
It makes that approach shot a lot easier.
Ah. Down 3 with 5 to go. Interesting look here. He's got not a whole lot of yardage to the hole here from the tee box.
Safe shot there.
And for most of you that the 14 win, it is 7 win for most of these players here.
Yeah, Eddie G, unfortunately, one of those players on the dark side of using the stouts.
Yeah, that's for sure. Which is a really, really large group.
All right, this is actually a pretty straightforward look here. Might be an opportunity for Evan to collect some more strokes or a little bit far on the right there. Playing it safe, of course. Is it about time Eddie G starts going for stuff at this point? I mean,
yeah, he has to. He's
17 is you can't bank on that. Oh, I hit that too hard.
Going to have a tough putt coming up here.
His putting is one of the more interesting techniques I've ever seen.
$81,000 great shot points for Evan. That's amazing. It truly is.
All right, 15-mile-an-hour wind blowing left here on this one. Down 9 green slope. Pin is all the way at the bottom, so that should be pretty nice. But yeah, Eddie G running out of time. Running out of time to make up some strokes here. Oh, come on, hit the tier.
And he does just that.
Oh!
trickle.
Come on! Oh, that ball bit about as much as it possibly could on that green. That's tough for Eddie G. That was a hell of a shot there. Yeah, Josh, it's a very, very interesting putting technique. Nothing about it. All right. This is a
pretty simple shot here.
Yeah.
With the release, he's in a safe place right there. So yeah, if I'm Eddie G, I actually try that option. You know, it's kind of frowned upon during match play, but here you are. You got nothing to lose. Evan knows he's got to go for the hole, so why not try to get an extra $18 out of the deal?
Yeah, it's not a bad look at all.
You got to get there first.
Oh, Eddie.
Just one of those games.
Yeah.
And these are things to where every machine is different.
It did not go in the water.
Not yet.
That was impressive.
Oh, it almost right there. Missed that putt, too. So his tournament's not over. I mean, if you're going to lay an egg, just get all those bad shots out of the way right now, Kevin. You know, he's moving on. He's going to have another chance to move on through this tournament, but these are some of the best players in video golf. You're going to kind of run into a guy that's playing great Golden Tee no matter where you are in the day.
Yeah, it's just a bad break there for Eddie. You know, the fact that it actually helped, that it actually happened on hole 1 where he had that mistake.
Yeah, the game could have been so different without that one mistake.
Yeah.
I did something similar against Talo, I believe, when we played our match. But yeah, so Evan moving on to the King of the Hill match against world champion Paul Anthony Luna. That's
two really close friends, played Golden Tee together for a long time. I mean, Evan was one of those guys that that Luna was playing with as he was really going from not just being a good player, but to that next level of Evan Gossett competition type level.
Right.
And the fact that they're now meeting on the King of the Hill, I'd have to look back at the stats. I don't know the last time that those guys have met in a King of the Hill match. I feel like it's got to be quite some time.
Yeah, one thing that we'll make sure to do is kind of see their history against each other, because this is a great battle. These guys, they know that they win this match, that they got to get beat twice. They've got a really easy road ahead after winning one match to become the Dallas champion.
And it's not a guarantee. We've seen plenty of King of the Hills lose in the finals. Just a reminder, Andy Haas is still on the loser side of the bracket.
Yeah, Andy Haas is still moving on. So yeah, Michael Johnson's tournament run is over. So he had a great day. But yeah, it's so many things can happen. It's going to be really fun to watch and see how it all turns out.
All right, well, we're getting a few matches set up here on the stream. We'll be back in a few minutes. Thanks for joining us here at the Dallas Holiday Classic.
happy with this.
All right, everybody, we're back here. Kevin Lindsay, a few of my co-hosts, as I'll call it, my co-commentators running around here as we're getting ready for Paul Taylor and Andy Haas, and then Chris Brewer taking on George Von Kay. So we're going to take a look here at Haas and Taylor. Easter Island here for Haas and Taylor. Taylor, tough loss against Evan Gossett. Come on. All right, so this is going to be a battle of thumbs, frankly, for a lot of these par threes, especially the short ones. Paul Taylor hitting crazy fulls. Andy Haas capable of it. Let's see, is Haas going to dial it? No, just a little bit outside there. And this is going to be a good match. These guys play, I would say, 75% similar styles. Paul Taylor, I'm sure, will break out the crazy full shots he doesn't care about hitting. But he does them pretty well. Haas capable of that too. We've seen it every once in a while. But Easter Island, this is a fun one. There's a lot of drivable par fours, a couple of different offset holes, and I think when it comes down to it, we're going to see who can hole out more than the other. I mean, am I wrong?
I'm curious if Paul is still in his little, I'm going to hit a full shot whenever I have an opportunity to, or if I'm going to kind of simmer down a little bit and just kind of hit more conservative shots.
Now Haas knows he's got a streak here to protect, so that's going to be on his mind, for better or for worse. Won the last 4 tournaments. Now in the past, if I remember correctly, we have seen it where Andy Haas has lost in the Dallas, or formerly known as Houston Austin Holiday Classic. Correct. And then came back and just wiped the floor with everybody on Player of the Year. So, but again, it's almost 2 o'clock now, and these guys know that they're going to have to grind through some matches, especially on the loser side of the bracket.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And some of the best players in the world that they're going to have to get through to get there. So even if, no matter who wins this match, you have to get through 3 or 4 other great players, to hold up that trophy. And 2 of those great players, Evan and Luna are going to be battling it out. But then you still have, Steve Beatty still in it. You got GVK and Chris Brewer. They're playing right now. We'll keep you posted on that one. Just so many different ways the cookie can crumble here on who they're going to have to play going forward.
Yeah, and GVK and Chris Brewer playing on Petra. Of course, that Chris was just playing on in his last match. So going to be familiar territory for him there. George, another guy who's had a really good run. We've seen it a couple times out of him in the last couple of years. Texas is his home, so if there's any tournament for him to make a good run and a strong showing for Texas, this is the tournament to do it in.
Yeah, and 2 guys that really have 2 kind of different styles of play, really. The way they approach, Chris Brewer kind of takes his time a little bit more, and GVK is one of the quickest players in Golden Tee. But we'll keep you posted on that one as we see Paul Taylor here getting ready to tee off in this pretty simple par 3.
Yeah, short, 92 yards. Little 5-mile-an-hour wind to the right. Can he do it? Oh, right next to it, right past it.
Such a good try there for putts. And when I say putts, it's one of his nicknames, Paul Taylor. He's been known as putts for several years. That was his player name. Now it's Holemaker.
Not to be confused with the putts that you make on the green. Can Andy Haas?
Or the putts I'm sitting next to right now.
Yes. Sorry, Andy Coolin. All right, so both these guys, one goes right, one goes left. I'm looking forward to, I think Andy Haas probably aces a par 3, and Taylor potentially goes back to back with him. These guys are the type of players that are fueled on competition, and they don't like losing, obviously, like a lot of us.
Right.
But how many times have we seen an Andy Haas be on the losing side of things, and he comes back stronger than ever, holing out left and right, 2 or 3 hole outs to get the win, and sometimes even a tournament victory. All right, Andy Haas collecting those GSPs.
Close, but not close enough. You know, the GSPs don't really matter. I was looking back to see the record of the King of the Hill match that we're going to have between Paul Luna and Evan Gossett. Paul Luna's got Evan's number. He's got a 15-8 record against Evan Gossett. So those are numbers. They might not know the exact ones, but Evan knows that, you know, he has lost more than he's won against Paul Luna.
The teacher has lost to the student a few times here, you know. But, you know, Paul Luna's had a couple of tough breaks last tournaments against Andy Haas. It feels like usually those two are the ones in the finals, and for a very good reason. Oh, okay.
Stays up.
Stays up. That's the important thing. The last thing you want to do is get stuck anywhere near that sand or even in the rough. 312 with an offset look here. Andy Haas playing it safe with a high tee. Very smart play.
Yeah, the bite kept him a little bit short. Put a little bit of release or roll would be a little bit too aggressive, but it puts release on that. Might have put it in there.
Paul Taylor, I believe he's out of North Carolina.
Wilmington, North Carolina. Been playing the game for a couple decades. Andy has beaten Paul 8 times. And Paul has beaten Andy 4 times. So Andy with an 8-4 record here. And I'm not going to guarantee this, but I'm pretty sure that Paul Taylor probably knows that exact number. I know Andy probably doesn't, but wouldn't surprise me if he has some exact numbers against world champion Andy Haas.
All right, this is an interesting one. You got a little bit of an elevation change right for 12 mile an hour wind blowing to the right. Jay Ware, thank you. Paul Taylor, 4th world rank. Haas, number 5. There's a full.
Oh, man.
Those are the shots that, man, he
could be lethal with those shots. You can really find a way to change the pace of the game real quick by taking away some of the confidence that Andy Haas has at that time. And you can just see Paul just kind of sit in the background, hands in his pockets, just waiting for the next thing to do there.
Honestly, I feel like Paul Taylor may be one of the coolest, calmest guys when it comes to competition.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe once in a blue moon he has a really bad shot that pisses him off that you can see it. But, I mean, is there anybody else?
Right. No, you're exactly right. And the one thing that we have failed to mention is that Paul Taylor is 3rd in the world right now. We got 3rd place at the World Championships.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's one of those things that sometimes gets overlooked.
He's got that until the next one.
Yeah.
You know? And it's not his first time. He knocked me out of Worlds in 2017. Another full shot.
Oh, man.
So Andy is swinging his arms like that, and the reason I bring that up.
Oh, come on.
So the arm swinging is usually a way to kind of cool your palms. I wouldn't be surprised if, and you can see him rubbing his shirt, kind of. I'm sensing some nerves coming from Andy Haas. I don't know. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Also, just a side note, the Steve Beatty winning the jersey, the Desmond Burke Honorable Sunday Best Jersey, in honor of our friend Desmond Burke, who passed away not too long ago. And then, of course, in fitting fashion, 2nd place going into a Dallas Cowboys jersey here in Dallas. Full Cowboy logo, chain and all. So
well, and that also Desmond Burke, a great member of the community, lost his battle with ALS in the last month. Big-time Cowboys fan. So it's only fitting that, the Polk High jersey, I believe, deserved it, but it's only fitting that a Dallas Cowboys jersey gets a gift card from IT. And thanks to IT, and I don't know what your role was. I know Adam got credit for it. You deserve a little credit, too, for bringing those gift cards here and getting them to the players.
Yeah, of course. It's, The one thing that this community does really, really well is, oh, come on, is gets together and supports each other in times of need, and especially losing somebody like that who's been around the community for as long as I've been around, and somebody who would be a big stay here at this event otherwise, and rooting on for the Cowboys. All right, both of these guys using that rough to their advantage.
Yeah.
Almost drilling it in. You can see that look on Haas's face. He's got I feel like he's almost biting his tongue,
Yeah.
But here we go. Nice par 3. Paul Taylor, he's going to hit a full here. I don't know why he would, but he just feels like he would.
Right to C2 backspin or left 2? Or is he just going to go straight at it?
I didn't even know he still did that.
Yeah, no full today. And it's way right, too. That's a tough shot.
You could tell when he hits the way he hovers his hand over the trackball. Haas going in for the kill here, it looks like, when it comes to the looks on his face. And that.
Not happy with that shot.
I get what you're saying, though, earlier about the nerves. Or not, not nerves, but just feeling a little bit more uneasy than typically Andy Haas feels in a match.
I get that sense there. And, taking his hat off, it just, I don't know, walking around, usually just kind of stands back there and he's just itching to get back on the machine to his next shot. But he's doing some pacing. We have a little bit of a wider angle, and he's just standing there with his legs crossed, kind of moving his feet a little bit and hands on hips. That might get up on the green if he gets a good bounce. But he's going to have a chip. Stay there.
I would say as long as it stays up there. Otherwise, that's going to put him in a predicament.
But as some people are usually pretty, slowly walk up to the machine, you could see Andy's pretty much trying to push Paul out of the way. Big hit there.
Oh,
he was hoping to get it on the green.
Now I don't think Andy Haas can do it here. And he's obviously much better at the shot here with the sand wedge. But I was noticing some players putting it off from there in the qualifier yesterday.
And that you can do, if you're about 140-ish feet or so, that'd be a good idea. Being 52 yards, that equals 156 feet. Wouldn't get there, but it'd be safer than chipping.
That's exactly it.
Just a little bit too short.
The old 7 hybrid that I don't know of too many people that they use.
Yeah,
use it especially the way Paul Taylor does.
All square after 14. It'd be interesting what the next hole looks like if we got a big headwind. That'll determine how they approach the hole and what they do on their approach shot.
That's not a fun pin either in that top right with that heavy wind in the face, like you're saying. That is. I'm wondering what Haas is going to do here. Going with the 4-wood. See, he went for the 4-wood, and it felt like he almost hit it a little bit softer than he really wanted to.
And you got to make sure you swing that way left, because if you don't get that out there, it hits that cliff, and you're in bad shape there. And this is a good look. We're going to have some backspin involved. I'm curious. I think Andy's got the super spin. He likes it.
Come on. These guys, it seems like every other shot, it's just rolling right around the cup.
When we get excited for burning cups, we're used to burning cups.
Yeah. Now, I feel like this, obviously, because these guys are even going into this 17, but now you get to the really fun, with a few question marks and interesting setups.
Here's some headwind right here. How's he going to do this? Putting it on there is right. The pin's in a great spot, though, Kevin. It's in the absolute middle of the green. I mean, so as long as he puts it there, is that too long? No, it's going to land.
No, that'll be, I think,
middle of the patch, going for the pin middle of the green. But then when we get to hole 18, depending where that pin's at, and is that back wall involved? How does it bounce off the back wall? Do you have, a putt out of the fringe? Things like that. So we may not have overtime in this match. All fingers are pointing in that direction, but there's a couple things that may happen.
Oh, come on.
Like potentially a hole out on 17 before we get to that hole.
Just a casual, up 10, left 3, 14 mile an hour wind to the right, hole out by Andy Haas. But
not today, though.
Not today. Again, burning the cup. Now, Taylor with the 8.5, not getting it out.
That's going to be a tough putt,
as
Kevin.
much.
About a 35, 40-footer from there.
Ooh, all right.
Yep, center of the cup for Paul Taylor right there.
Yeah, you can see he kind of looked off this.
And
side.
he won't even look at him. He's like, you got lucky there, boy. And
now, this is a 15-mile-an-hour wind to the left.
he's going to hit this high. He's going to hit it hard. It's going to bounce off the wall. It'll probably trickle, I don't know, 8 to 15 feet from the hole if he hits it just right. It's a pretty straightforward shot.
I'm actually disappointed he didn't hit it full here.
Yeah.
Or he just goes right at the cup.
Yeah.
No wall needed.
No need for the wall hitting that 6-wood.
It's a pretty easy pretty easy putt there. Nothing too terrible. Andy's just got to really make sure he avoids the statues there. Going for a little bit of the harder approach, but again,
still has to make this left 10 putt out of the fringe.
Haas, the way Haas thinks, he just flips those thumbs, and guess what?
Overtime.
Overtime on Easter.
And there's a chance that hole 1 sets up for the infamous shush shot, So hopefully it doesn't. I don't think it's good for the game. I prefer a little bit more skill involved when you're, in overtime and trying to win matches. But yeah, here we're going 4 wide here, quad view, getting towards the end of the Eddie G GVK match. We'll watch this while the other guys are getting set up.
The Chris Brewer GVK match.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Chris Brewer. So
the text didn't load the update yet, so I don't blame you. It's all right. But
big time chip right here. He's going to shush this. This is a shush shot for Chris Brewer, one of the best at shushing. And
is it shushing or chushing?
Shushing. He'll do this a few times, and it's pretty much a malfunction of the trackball. It's a glitch. These guys have it figured out. He's going to go all the way until it gets to return the game, and then he'll do it one more time, and the ball's going to go in the hole.
Wow, that
on cue. Just like that. So we'll get an idea of where that game's at.
So it looks like, I believe George is down 1 now with that.
They might be tied. I believe it's 24-24 unless yeah, so they're all square after 15. Huge chip there for Chris Brewer. Overtime over here. We're going to go full screen for this. We'll keep you posted on the other match.
Andy's pushed it right. You could tell he was not happy about that.
Ooh, Paul Taylor. This could be your moment. He's going to try to shush it from 91 yards away.
And Taylor with the hole out, with the win. You called it with the shush, and Haas is just.
There will not be a 5-win-in-a-row champion. Putts just did Mark Steinmark's dirty work. Andy Haas' streak comes to an end at 4 wins. Heck of a streak. And look at that. Explain to Andy how the heck he just won that match.
That, wow. That was impressive. And that was tough. It's a tough loss for Haas.
Yeah, and I'm not a huge fan of winning that. I mean, that was more skillful being that far away. I'm not a fan of the 50 or 60 yarders, but for him to know the 91 yards, knowing that the 8.5 driver, and just to not even use thumbs, just use his palm and just hit the fringe. Everything about that was just very epic.
Yeah, and this is a very important chip for Chris Brewer here.
And here we go again.
GVK and putt.
We're gonna have another
putt opportunity for Eagle.
And Andy is still standing at the machine in disbelief.
Brewer makes that chip.
Shaking his head right now, looking up, and he cannot believe it as he's slowly walking away as his tournament run is over. But he still has a chance to win the Player of the Year tournament. So how does he handle his claws this afternoon? Does he pace himself? And, he's going to be a man on a mission, a man to be reckoned with in that
I feel like that might be worse than Haas winning the tournament going into Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Because now he's out for blood because his streak is over. And again, nobody tying Stenmark.
Yeah, it's a big deal, I mean, Andy Haas, it's one heck of a run. It's still hard to believe that he did win 4 in a row and his still doing it after 20 years. I mean, I remember when he first came into the game in 2003. I mentioned it last night as a silver qualifier down in Orlando, and the rest is just history. Chris Longino has all the numbers and all the wins and all that stuff, but quite the story, and a guy that Golden Tee isn't even his priority. I mean, he's very successful businessman and got a nice family at home, and just not his day in this tournament.
And he's still that damn good. I mean,
He is.
that is truly the most impressive piece of it.
And speaking of that damn good, they got two really damn good players here with the pin tucked on the left side.
27-27 getting into hole 18 here.
The King of the Hill match was just announced. We will have that to you shortly, but Evan Gossett and Paul Luna. As mentioned before, Luna's got Evan's number. 2-to-1 ratio on wins to losses. They've battled each other several times. Is that going to hold up? And it does. Now, George is going to be, I guarantee you he's thinking about what happened in his last match against Evan, knowing that, he ended up birdieing this hole, losing in the first hole of sudden death. He's going to be kind of second-guessing a couple things here. It's always nice seeing the players chatter a little bit. Good camaraderie. That's a great shot. See how quickly he hit that? Just knew what he was doing.
The more you think about it, the better opportunity to screw that up is.
Great shot. Really friendly look with that 7.5 crosswind towards the hole. I wouldn't be surprised if Chris Brewer finds a way to put this within 5 feet and luckily gets it in the hole. That's wide left. He's going to have a very difficult putt to tie.
That's going to be a right 10, maybe a right 11. No, right 10.
He's got to swing this out high. He'll do this 2 more times. And here's the putt for the tie, and he does it. George has a gimme. We're going to have some extra holes. All right, so we're going to have a restroom break here, so we can go to Evan Gossett, who's getting ready to tee off, sporting that Michael Jordan All-American jersey. People are starting to kind of come into the room to watch this battle. Although it does look a little quiet back there. I thought Chad Hart was going to have a seat.
Yeah, I mean,
Justin Wilson on the right-hand side there, winning a course, missing the cut. That is very difficult to do in the qualifier.
that's a tough pill to swallow there.
And Paul's over there talking to Evan, bragging about his 91-yard shush to move on and knock out the former 2-time world champion. Paul Taylor entering the area, or Paul Luna entering the area. Paul Taylor backing up and letting these champions battle it out here.
It's hard to go against Paul Luna in the position he's been in the last year. World champion, runner-up in a handful of tournaments. But Evan Gossett, former world champ from a few years ago, who has not had a real major tournament victory in a long time.
Right. Hollywood Hills spun again. And the one thing that you guys might not see, and we'll let you know, more people start, hovering around when they realize, oh, these two guys are playing for King of the Hill. The matches are called, the names are called, but they don't say that it's the King of the Hill match actually, Kevin. So once people start looking at the brackets and realizing, oh, these guys are battling it out, start kind of coming around and watch over their shoulders and see how they're doing. George just entered the area, so they're going to be teeing off in sudden death soon here. We'll keep you posted on that one.
Yeah, I believe Andy working behind us to get a TV set up. One of the machines the local operator brought in was actually not updated, so it hasn't been used much this weekend. Although it's been kind of interesting for people to play matches on 2021 courses like the Haas's, the Brewers, to get warmed up. But now we're going to change that over, I believe, for another TV for players to kind of watch the action without getting too close to the players themselves.
Oh, very cool. And it's great that, the Golden Tee can, act as two functions there. You can play the game on it, and you can watch the screen from anywhere in the room. And the shot like Luna just had, where it just bounced a couple of times just right of the hole, you're just going to see probably about 17 more shots like that from him this game. And Evan is just a few feet too short right there. This is a pretty decent look with the pin. You got all that green to work with. And the thing is I can't even say, oh, I disagree with Bite because, well, he's a lot better at this game than I am. I'm sitting here, he's standing there, so I'm not going to critique.
That's my joke, all right?
I'm not going to critique him on what he's thinking about hitting. These guys know what they're doing, and they do a darn good job at it. But two pretty relaxed shots right there.
All right, now here's a question for you, my good friend. Is this going to go in OT with Gossett and Luna?
No.
Okay.
I think Luna's going to get one, maybe two hole outs.
Yeah.
That's just a guess.
All right, so we'll go back and forth here. We may go back to the four. If you're just tuning in, this is Chris Brewer teeing off in hole one of Petra against George Von Kay, but this is OT. These guys had a really good game, and 387 is not super easy drivable length, but as you see Chris Brewer going out there, he's trying to get a kick off. He's got a decent chip opportunity. George been playing very well all weekend.
Chris Brewer aced this against Andy Haas yesterday.
Yes, there's a good point. I know you mentioned that earlier. Now, can George get it out there?
He did not. Way far out there. And
Could he putt that? No, I'm just kidding.
He can putt that. It won't get in the green, but he can putt it.
If he was on the higher part of the sand and the rough and fringe wasn't there, he might have been able to.
No, George, he missed a chip yesterday. He missed a chip to lose to Evan Gossett. Today he misses it. So Chris has a chance for a 15-yard chip. Now, the one thing he's got to be really careful here with is if it doesn't go in, you don't want to miss it and go over and let him have an easy putt in because he's going to do it. Is he doing his shush? He's going to do it. He's going to shush this in again.
Would you tell him if you could tell him what to do? Would you tell him to just take the birdie and move on? I know he's great. He's perfect at those chushes.
Yeah, he's
almost.
Gonna make it. Yeah, he's
all right.
It's like a machine, honestly. Like I know Chris. Me and Chris talk almost every day, and or text or talk or whatever. But he is, as you can see, he has his routine. He has his where he clicks and he does all that stuff, and he's able to take himself out of this championship element and just do that. So,
all right. Well, Chris Brewer with the hole one OT win. As we go back to Paul Luna and Evan Gossett, the King of the Hill match here in the 2022 Dallas Holiday Classic.
And Chris explaining to George exactly how he won that match.
These guys playing on Hollywood Hills here.
And Jonathan, you're absolutely right. Like, Evan could easily be that guy that gets two holes here. He is playing great. He's playing some of the best golden tee he's played in a handful of years. He had his world championship win, and then he had a couple tough breaks. Without getting too personal, I'm actually a firm believer that the passing of his father a few years ago really affected him and took him away from the game a little bit mentally. But he's back where he needs to be, and he's playing at the high level he should be. And this shot right here, by the way, this is not really a drivable setup with this win. They're going to try to get close.
Yeah.
But not sure they're going to be close enough for a simple chip. And it is kind of curious, wondering if they do want to be in that rough or that sand there. Or they're just happy to be wherever it lands. Either way, it's going to be a challenge.
Both these guys using the 8.5-degree driver. What do you still have the 9.5 or you 8.5?
Never, 8.5, 10.5. Never had the 9. I do have a 9 driver in my crawdad bag for some reason.
That is incorrect. I will say you had a 9.5 at one point because the bag you built for me years and years ago that I probably still have not changed much did have a 9.5. But that was many years ago before the 8.5 8.5 became like a real necessity.
Yeah. You can see that number 18 in the background there. So you got CJ taking mental notes. Maybe next time he'll be in this match, in the King of the Hill match. Or maybe he'll go on a deep run and face one of these guys in the Player of the Year tournament later on.
Yeah, and if you guys want to check out the brackets here, or
Oh, you see that quick snap from
Wow.
Paul there. He thought he made that one.
I did
he
too.
Is surprised.
That is tough. PEGTtour.com. You can click the 2022 the points leaders at the top, and then click 2022 to follow along. How Player of the Year is shuffling along with the players that aren't able to be here, and the people that are, of course, moving up in the brackets on both the purple and the gold side. And then, of course, clicking on Tournaments 2022 and then heading to Dallas to follow these brackets along as well.
Paul Taylor and Steve Beatty are getting ready to tee off. We will keep you posted on that. We'll keep this King of the Hill match going on here until unless something drastic changes. And as far as the Justin Wilson match, I'm not sure where they're playing. If they're not in the room behind us, so unfortunately I'm not able to get that information for you right now.
Oh, Paul, come on. You got to be careful. That pin is tucked close to the fringe. You don't want to get, it's hard for these guys not to get close, but you accidentally hit that ball, hit it a little too hard, and you're in rough territory there.
Huh.
But not an issue for these guys, apparently.
Rough territory, fringe territory. Either way, it's territory you don't want to be in. This is an interesting look. The pin's on the left side a lot on this hole.
Yeah, having that wind blowing to the right is going to make for an interesting shot coming into the green here.
And Paul will probably put it within 3 feet.
I don't. Was that a 3 feet? Maybe 4.
That's a beautiful shot there for Paul Luna. And update on the Paul Taylor Steve Beatty match. They're teeing off on Petra. So a whole lot of Petra in Hollywood Hills. Evan being about 40 feet short there, 32 feet.
All right, is it under 3 feet like you called? Oh, it was 4 feet. Oh,
we didn't get to see if it was a 3 foot
now
putt.
see, game set 4.
Close enough, Kevin. Close enough.
Now this is a tee box. You don't see that very often. It's kind of like flipping the hole on its side. Same premise though. Get it out there, past the water.
Paul Taylor lining up for a chip on hole 1 of Petra. And he is going to be up 1 stroke on Steve Beatty.
It's
after 1.
Rough spot to be in for Steve Beatty.
Yep. Yeah, so Paul,
especially against Paul Taylor.
Yep, you got that right, Kevin.
Oh.
And Evan burning cups right there. So yeah, this is regular time. So we've had a lot of overtime. Wouldn't surprise me if
overtimes have not gone very long. Oh, come on. It seems like most of them are ending the first couple holes.
Yeah, they
I
really
did see, was it David Key, Brandon Robinson went a couple, like 30-something holes in overtime, I think somebody said earlier in the chat.
That's a good matchup. Those guys are very, well, depending on David Key's a little inconsistent.
Yes.
David Key's A game and Brandon Robinson's B game is a perfect matchup.
Yes. I love this setup. At 297, you don't have to worry about straining yourself. Just nice little thumb shot. 10-mile-an-hour wind, down 5, right 3. I think Evan's going to put this in.
I think he's not.
He'll get it with at least 3.
And it'll be a 4-footer. Hey, stayed on the green, so you got that going for you, Kevin.
Yes. He's still a McDonald's All-American. All right, nice 65-yard look here.
Is this bite or he's got super spin? So yeah. Oh, he's teeing it high with backspin. Oh, how clever! That's a pretty safe conservative shot.
Yeah.
Actually, he knows that if you get a little too aggressive on that with the spin, it can spin off and end up in that water that's about 20 yards in front of that tee box. And Evan's going for it. See how quickly that spins back, but he hit it hard enough to make sure he took the water out of play. Paul Taylor up 1 on Steve Beatty after 3.
Smart.
That's 5th-6 match, correct?
I believe so. I'm not good at math or numbers.
Where's Chris Brewer when you need him?
Yes.
Oh, he's still playing.
He's around here somewhere. Appreciate the way that Paul Luna, doesn't even glance over. He sees it's 4:02. Just go play the hole like you did before.
Yeah, so the loser of this.
Oh, come on. Evan with the hole out.
Paul looks, oh my goodness. Looked defeated there. He's been burning cups all game long, and Evan got one of those holeouts that I thought that he would be getting.
But we know Paul, Anthony Luna, if anybody can come back from a hole out like that, it's Paul Luna.
Yeah, that's for sure. But at the same time, as we all know with this beautiful Hollywood Hills course.
Still plenty of golden tee to play.
Plenty of golden tee, and then you have easy par 3s like this that anything can happen.
Is Evan going to go back-to-back hole outs here?
If he does, he's winning this match. I'll call that.
I was going to say.
I don't think Paul's got 2 that he could come up with now after all these holes have been played. And he's a slow left. Slow down, ball.
Now, this is a perfect opportunity, though, for Luna.
Yes.
You're down 1. You know it's Hollywood. You got a couple of tough holes coming up. That looks good. Oof, just a little left.
Try to spin the track ball, like in Tiger Woods back in the day where you can move the ball.
Yeah.
But no, it doesn't work in golden tee golf, unfortunately, for Paul Luna. Evan up 1, 4 to go. And Rob, that's a great question. How tough is it for these guys to compete against each other? We're all friends, and a lot of these guys have got really close relationships, and it's kind of brotherly, I guess I would say. Wouldn't you say, Kevin?
I would agree with that. I mean, and for Evan and Luna, it's even more special, or maybe a little bit not difficult, but fun and challenging all the same because
they're such big competitors. They both
Yes.
want to win so badly, and they both won before.
And they've both played a lot of golden tee together when Paul was living in Missouri for a few years before he moved back to Texas. And so now these guys aren't competing, around each other as much except at tournaments. And so
and they know to be the best, you got to beat the best, and both of them are one of the best. So.
And you mentioned it earlier. What was that number of the games, the head-to-head matches these guys have played? I think Luna's got Gossett's number. 2
to 1. Yeah, he's got a 1.5 to 1 number on Evan. So Steve, not yet. This is the King of the Hill match. So the winner of this match will be the King of the Hill. And he'll be fine there in that fringe. Now that pin, though, that's on the bottom right.
With
7.5 wind.
Yeah, 15-mile-an-hour wind, 7.5 for these stout players.
And that's going to be in the rough.
Oh.
Less backspin for Paul Luna, which can work out in his benefit if he plays it right.
It's a beautiful shot.
That really is. That's where that backspin comes in handy.
You see Paul biting the inside of his cheek, it looks like, because that was such a good shot. And
he might need to hit the top tier first.
Now, would you bite or back it?
I would backspin this.
Yeah, he's got the 4 wood, which is...
You even might want... He's thinking about maybe even hitting the rough first. And he had to kind of trickle down. But then you still have to worry about it kind of bounce, and then going wet to the right. It does say a left 2 slope. So he did just that. A couple bounce. He needed to roll down, and that it does. That's a great shot for Paul Luna.
It's a great call by you, too, of what he is looking to potentially do there.
Yeah, because with him being in the rough and he's going to lose his backspin, you got to take out hitting that slope right there. It hits that slope, it's going to shoot straight into the water. You hit that bottom tier, there's a chance that it bounces 2 or 3 times into the water.
Now, this is what I was talking about. We have not seen a short look on 17. Not a tough look.
Release.
Oh.
No, Paul just saw that. He saw exactly what it did, Kevin.
Now, but Paul's in an interesting spot because he's got a super spin sand wedge. So he's going to have to hit this a bit more than Evan did.
And he saw where Evan hit it. And that's not that it's a huge advantage for him, but he can adjust. He knows that this is probably the match right here. He needs to make this to force overtime. Had the distance just a little bit to the right. Now, hole 18, it's done funny things. The ball can fly on hole 18. If you mishit it and hit too much of a 180, it can fly the green. I've done it a couple times on daily setups to where I had good rounds going, and it's like, all right, just be careful, Brian, and
then you
fly
do the
green.
exact opposite.
No, it's pretty straightforward shot here. And Evan's going to put it right where he needs to.
That overhead camera made it look a little deceiving there.
It did. So now, Paul, he's got one option here, Kevin, right? He's probably going to put release on this. He's going to want to make sure he gives the ball a chance to get to the hole. He might even put roll. I'm not sure.
Now, the other Evan's putt is pretty straightforward. I think
it's probably about a 30-footer, left 6. I mean, it's a putt that we make all the time at home, but when you're in tournaments, anything can happen.
Right.
I mean,
that's the other part, too. Like, yeah, Luna's got to go for it, but, I don't think you have a choice. You got to go for it.
And believe it or not, the Mouth told me earlier he missed a 6-foot putt in the match. So, it can happen. But that's the Mouth. Just going to go straight at it. Just stop thinking and
oh, that was a good run at it. Yeah, this is pretty gimme here for Evan.
And left side
All
of the
right.
cup.
Evan Gossett, your king of the hill here for the 2022 Dallas Holiday Classic, which means if Evan Gossett is to take second place in this tournament, he's going to have to be defeated twice in the grand finals.
He's in a good spot. Doesn't surprise me. We were playing games on Friday night, and he was a whole-out machine that evening. And, yeah, not surprising at all. And there's Al Bundy from Polk High, Steve Beatty. And as I was saying earlier, the crowd behind, you can see how it's getting a little bit larger. People are recognizing this is the end of the tournament. Paul Taylor laughing. This is it's a good match here. Playing Petra early on. Paul Taylor's walking the machine, so he still has his one-stroke lead that he got. You can see his low gray shot points. That was a 34-yard shot in hole 1 for an eagle.
Still so crazy.
Does he hit a full here, Kevin? He's lining it up to go straight at it.
He still has time to change his mind.
And you know what, Josh? His shirt is awesome, but he just doesn't care. Ooh, that looks good. That looks good.
Oh, oh, that's tough.
I could see the smirk on his face as he was walking away, knowing that he almost had another one there. Steve being a little bit more aggressive going with that release. You saw what Paul's did here, how kind of died off at the end. He wanted to make sure that his had a chance.
Now, I feel like this is probably one of the better match play courses because of the last couple of holes.
Yeah.
I feel like they all have, each course has a couple of those holes, but I think 17, the par 3 with that massive elevation change and how tough that sand is to chip out of, like we saw with Brewer earlier, that could really make or break a game.
And the unknowns of 18, the unknowns of how the ball's going to bounce in that little sloped area and what's going to happen. And there's Chris Brewer grabbing his towel since his match was called, and him and Eddie G are going to battle it out. Yeah, so we got Steve Beatty, Paul Taylor here in the screen, hole 10. Paul Taylor up 1. Chris and Eddie G are just about to tee off. We'll keep you posted on that one. We'll see what course they're playing. I'm guessing it's Petra or Hollywood because that's just kind of par for the course today, Kevin, isn't it? I'd like to see a Nihon in here.
I was going to say, yeah, or maybe a Norderling.
And Champ 99 it is for Eddie and Chris. So
that seems like the perfect course for those guys with the types of shots they hit.
It really does. Now, the one thing, and I mentioned it before with the shush, and as Josh said, the shush master being Chris Brewer, you can't shush on hole 1. So at least that's one thing that Eddie doesn't have to worry about.
That's true.
Now, Paul is thinking about getting another stroke here. You can get very aggressive with a high 10.5 driver and have it run up that rock there. If you get the right bounce, it'll hit that rough and bounce right on the green.
I believe we saw McCook try to do that earlier.
Yes.
I can't remember how close that setup was to this one.
I think he's calling his shot right now. It's like a bank shot. You know, he's saying, hey, I'm going to try this. Bonus points if it does what I want it to do. He's like, and if it goes in, I'm extremely sorry. That's what he just said.
Shot of the year candidate, potentially.
Of course, you hear the Buffalo machine go off, and Kevin's head turns to see what the action is going on there.
I was actually looking to see if Brandon Robinson was making his way over here yet, but funny. Funny.
Oh, so Paul opts to lay up.
Yeah, he's up 1. Is it really worth the...
Put himself in a bad spot, you know?
I don't know if he was around to see what happened with
because McCook lost a stroke. That's right, you mentioned that.
Because he ended up not even, he was like almost butt up against the cliff there.
And it is a pretty friendly green to kind of, be a little more aggressive going after the pin. You've got all that green to work with. Beatty's got a pretty decent distance there. I mean, soft thumbs would work. I'm sure he wanted to be about 5 yards back. That's why he's got to put bite on this shot. And that's me a little bit to the right.
Oh, come on. Right distance control.
This is the distance that you want. This is the marker there's got 101. It's 106 yards to the pin, down 6. If he's even putting bite on this.
And why go for the hole when you could just make the hole out, live up to the name hole maker? And, wow. All right, so now he's up 2 on Steve Beatty. Yeah. All right, so as these guys are making their way to hole 12 here on Petra, Chris Brewer, Eddie G on Champ 99, looks like Brandon Robinson and Mike Johnston gonna come in here, jump in for a little bit so Brian and I can eat, relax. Still a ton of Golden Tee action to come and a lot of Golden Tee to call. So we're going to take a short audio break here as we switch headsets, but then Brandon Robinson, Mike Johnston. Brian, as always, thanks for hanging out here and calling some tea.
Hopefully we can do this together in the finals match in a little bit.
Oh, absolutely.
Someone against Evan Gossett. We'll see who that's going to be.
Yes.
All right, everybody. So I got MJ with me here, just
What up?
joining the mid-match here. It was a little bit of a switch-up because the boys were hungry. Totally understand. Looks
Is that Kevin's third lunch today?
well, it'd be 3 more than mine. Oh, yes. I'm jealous.
Looks like we got Taylor with a 1-stroke lead, I think.
Last
is what
I
we're
looked, it
walking
was
into.
2, but I could be
I
wrong.
think it's just 1 right now.
Okay.
So,
Well.
looks like they're both playing well. I mean, in relation to par. I mean, I don't know if one was drivable or not, but pretty sure we've got Paul Taylor with a 1-stroke lead over Steve Beatty.
You know, I have a fun fact for you.
What's that?
Putz doesn't care. Just throwing that out there.
You know, I feel like he's making that blatantly out of the goal. Did you see his match? Putz has had some interesting matches today.
Has he?
He just beat Haas on like a 90-yard chest shot, I guess.
Oh.
And he had a really good match with Lodell Parks, too. So
Lodell was, yeah, he's been
Played
around
really,
a little
really
bit.
well.
I think he
Played
knocked
really,
out
really
Lemon,
well.
didn't he?
I believe so. I think he shot like a 3-better. So not bad. Not bad.
Wow. Yeah,
That's kind of a fun look. I mean, since you play stouts, would you go for this, or are you laid up?
I probably lay up, personally.
I think you only need to fly at like 375, though. So
Yeah, but you got the right, green. You know, I mean, I know it's only right 3.
you don't want to leave yourself behind a bush
Yes.
under the cliff, is what you're saying. So.
Yeah.
But if you're down 1, this is a good chance to maybe try to get 1 back, right?
Absolutely. I mean, Beatty's doing. I mean, this position, I'd probably try. Right.
Right. He's going straight at it. I like it. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
there all day.
What do I know?
Very little. Very little.
Clearly.
It'll
See,
be a
it did
tough putt, but-
trickle down,
Yep,
but
Yep.
plenty safe.
I don't think that'll be turbo length, but it'll be a challenging putt and maybe a chance to see what Paul does here. He's probably going to do something similar, I would think, although he might do like a 3-click full. Who knows?
Yeah. Well,
Never know with. Never
A
know.
little
with
more
Paul.
traditional.
Great shot. Great shot.
that's a beauty.
2 good shots there. So 2 looks at eagle on a hole that sometimes doesn't set up for eagle. So
Do you think Beatty's going to win the jersey contest?
man, just go in. Nice putt. Well done. Well done.
I think
I
Beatty's
think
got a chance.
he's a strong contender.
Yeah.
There's 2 Ray Finkel jerseys here, so they're
They split the gift card?
Exactly, and it's not original enough, right? I almost wore my Dale Murphy T-shirt jersey today, but I've gained some weight, so it was a little tight.
Well, you
And
know.
so I said,
it's the holidays.
comfort wins the day. Comfort wins the day.
Comfort for the win.
Well, 2 are okay. No, 8, yeah.
Yeah, we're
I've been seeing this look a little bit more often, where it's almost just like a straight thumb. Like it was this way in the qualifier yesterday too. It's almost like startling how, like when you see a look that's almost that
That was
basic, right?
not Beatty's best work, but
Right distance, wrong direction. We've all been there, right?
a couple times in my life, I would say. Yeah, watch putts, though. I think he's going to – I mean, he doesn't have to get super aggressive by any means, but
Right.
I think he's got something cooking up in that brain.
I think so.
You might see something pretty close here.
All right, he's going to probably just counter that with a little – oh, he's straight thumb.
Just a push.
Yeah, good shot.
Okay, that was
Well,
not quite what I expected, but
Not what he wanted either, because that's going to be a
little
like
tricky.
A little right 8, right 9 coming.
yeah.
All right, we're rooting for no rollover putts. We don't want to see that decide a match.
Never.
Good putt.
There you go.
Well done.
It's that ice water.
Looks like one of my boys from Fishers, Indiana is leading this contest. They should be here.
Well, yeah.
It's lame.
Why not?
Lame.
Yeah, I catch some nights I'm out playing. I'll see at least a couple machines worth of you guys.
Oh, yeah. We roll deep.
I like
All right,
that.
so you going low release?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. I
Yep.
like it. I like it.
He's probably going to push it too, I bet. Yep. Oh, no. Oh, that's right. He does. He pulls back pretty much everything, right? Oh, and he's bending it too.
Yeah, Steve's kind of like me in the fact he doesn't do a lot of thumb shots.
Yeah. I don't think he
mean,
does any thumb shots.
It's like a snow leopard if you see me thumbing. It's very rare. So I'm just not adept at it. So all right,
Yeah, it
see
took
what-
me years. I think he's just going to go naked.
I think you got to put some type of forward spin on this, right? I mean, it's just gonna.
I think it's a high tee. Okay.
All right, yeah, as long as he high tees it, I'm all right with that. Pretty good shot.
Safe.
Stay off the fringe. He's good to go. Now, don't get me wrong. Love the effort on this course. Petra is probably my favorite course this year, but I do not care for 18.
Yeah, it's
but you can
tad
go
gimmicky.
you can go two different ways. So you can go for on this particular look. I would not go that way, but
I didn't look at the pin.
He's looking at it. It's just a really tough cut to get it to stay. Yeah, I think.
Oh, and I know why you looked at it now. That I see where the pin is,
Yeah.
but
It's just going to be, well, I mean, this is actually good for Steve because that means that both of them are going to have longish putts, more than likely, right?
I can't see how it wouldn't be.
Yeah.
You know, you're looking at 60 feet plus for each
But
of them.
yeah, I guess the reason I don't care for this hole all that much is because it just makes it a little gimmicky if you're relying on an 85-foot putt, right?
Or, 17 bounces through a chute.
Thank you, Tim, for confirming that Beatty does not thumb. Appreciate that.
Yeah,
Good
I
to hear
thought
from you,
so.
Tim. Wish the Boyer brothers were here.
Yeah, right? Seems a little empty. I see a lot of guys putting this a little closer than I usually do, too. I didn't realize that you could do that. I guess that's a product of pretty much playing alone.
Man, didn't know I was signing up for a counseling session here. You okay?
Yeah, I think I'll be all right.
All right.
We'll see how this one shakes out because I'm sitting on like bubble for the big gun. So
Sure. Yeah. So if you're just joining us, or maybe you're unaware of how this tournament works, fantastic job by Legends. They've been killing it all weekend. These people have been putting in really, really long hours, and anything that we may run out of because we tend to drink a lot of alcohol, they've replaced very, very quickly. And these people have probably put in 40 hours over the last 4 days.
Oh, at least.
Easy.
I mean, I think a couple of the bartenders yesterday
Probably
were there
60 hours,
when
yeah.
I got here,
Yeah.
and then they were still here when I left. So
all right. So this is Beatty down one stroke. Paul looks like he's probably got about a 50-foot putt. So let's see what Steve can do here. He's putting roll on it, which I'm surprised by because it is really hard to.
Well, let's
Really
see
hard
where
to
his
keep
bounces
this
go.
close.
Okay.
All right. It's a good shot.
I mean,
He gets to know-
62. I said 60 feet plus.
Nope,
Oh,
nope,
pro
nope,
side.
Nope,
Oh.
nope.
Well, just like you had predicted.
Yep.
It could come down to a putt, right?
They both played well enough. I'd like to see some extra holes. Great putts.
Beauty.
Great
Wow. Look at that. Okay.
Free golf. Now let's see if one's drivable, right? That could be since they brought these new tee boxes out, one is either
Sometimes.
pseudo drivable or drivable most of the time now. You can certainly get close enough for a chip, and Putz has already won a couple matches by hitting chips in extra holes. That's what he does. So if it's a longer look, I'd probably give the advantage to Paul on hole one, but if it's a short look, I think one of these guys is going to hole out.
What a putt that was.
That was unbelievable, wasn't it?
Jesus Christ. I wonder why he put roll on that. I was like, why'd you
It-
put roll?
yeah,
I
but-
want to ask him like what his secret was.
All right, so we're going to go to Brewer and Eddie G real quick here.
All right. I
Not
didn't
quite sure the
catch-
status of this match. I didn't. So it looks like he's 1 or 2 off with that score. So yeah,
One.
Chris with a 1-stroke lead. Got to
Well,
mindful of those trees on the right-hand side, but with this type of left to right wind, you should be able to just throw it out there to the left and let the wind do the work, right? Even with these half wind.
Yeah, we get familiar. Yep, that's puttable. No problem.
So Eddie and I had a really good match earlier. Eddie's another guy that plays such a unique style. He's kind of like Putz in the fact that he hits shots that a lot of people don't even conceive of.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Very, what we call non-traditional, right?
All right,
And
so
here's
we're
the
seeing
overtime, too, on the double.
Get on there. All right.
This should be, yeah, I mean, you got to figure Putz is going to get this, so.
You would think, but so they're both going, and neither of them going straight at it. So they need that extra distance by going with the C3.
He gets the right bounce
Great
here.
shot.
Yep,
Great shot.
that's a beaut.
All right, so this should turbo, so that Putt should get there. You just got to
Yeah,
hit
oh
it
yeah,
straight. Just
it'll
gotta hit
get
it straight.
there. Look at it, nailed it.
Attaboy.
Wow,
Dude, just no fear.
just nailed it.
I had a few No Fear T-shirts back in the day. That was a No Fear putt.
Maybe he should change out his T-shirt next tournament.
Can't hang with the big dog. Stay under the porch.
All right, so I guess keep in mind
Not
too.
the best look here. Kind of. There certainly are
I would,
friendlier pins on this green, right?
I'm surprised. Okay, see, I think you go front of that box and do a bite without the high tee. and just hammer a cut. But
I mean, if I was gonna, I like the 5-wood height. He's just going over everything. Yeah, I didn't like the 10.5.
Oh.
Good shot.
again,
Yeah.
rookie over here.
We're getting chastised by. Guess we aren't interesting
The
enough.
guys in the van, the production van.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
we would really prefer some more commentary on here. We'd prefer some like button hits so we can make sure that this game that we love continues to grow.
I mean, everybody sits on Facebook all day and hits that like button all the time.
Right.
Come on, it takes 2 seconds.
Josh McDaniel, you're missed down here as well, man. Hope you're doing well. I'll have to do my customary Sunday karaoke without you. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it doesn't seem right. But yeah, no, think about it. Think about how many times people just sit there and press the like button on
Right.
Facebook. Come on. It's not that difficult.
How hard is it?
I'd rather, support something like this than,
Sure.
press some stupid like button that no one's going to pay attention to, right?
Exactly. Exactly. All right, so we're still tied in extra holes. If you're just joining us, this is Sudden Death with Steve Beatty and Paul Taylor. We got Michigan versus North Carolina.
Come on and raise up.
Beatty. Josh, don't worry about the Mr. Big. That will be taken care of in due time, sir. I do have one more tournament to try to play in tonight, so I'm trying to keep it on the level for now.
You had a heck of a weekend, though. What a start.
That was a good start. Yeah. Yesterday was, didn't qualify quite as well as I'd like, but it was. I finished strong, so that was good, and then had a good match play day yesterday, and
Yes,
ran
you did.
into some tough competition today, which you're always going to find at these tournaments. But hey, you got to challenge yourself. That's why it's if you're watching this, you should be here.
Yes. And if you're not going to be here, come to the next one, Florida.
For sure.
I believe it's first weekend of February, right?
Yeah.
St. Cloud.
Yeah. So Steve Sobel and we'd be remiss not to thank Steve, Russ, and Paige for all they do for all of us. And I mean, this is one of their longer weekends. They put in a ton of time to bring 32 machines in here, and I believe they got a little bit of assistance from some of the local guys bringing
Yeah, I
some
think
extra machines
Sean
in. Maybe.
Tickner from Vector
Yeah.
Room, so give
Yeah.
him a little shout out too. I think he brought a few up.
Absolutely. I think we had 160 some. It's a pretty good turnout.
And yeah.
I think last year we were over 200, but that was kind of the post-COVID, everybody trying to get out of the house. It's nice to see the numbers, still being really, really strong. So I normally play a 2 hybrid on this hole. What do you?
2 hybrid.
Yeah. So what do you play? Do you play the 2 iron like?
No, I think I'm going to be doing that after this weekend. I keep
Yeah?
a 3 hybrid.
Okay.
And
I just worry about that going too high sometimes.
it happened to me in qualifying.
Yeah.
So yes, I again, a product of, pretty much playing alone, right? Like I should use my own brain. I've been playing this game long enough to kind of think of that, right? But it is what it is. I think, the nice thing is, too, I have a Tropical Falls set with a 2 Super in there, so
Sure.
I won't have to rebuild a bag, I don't
There
think.
you go. There you go. Jason, good to hear from you. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Lee, great to hear from you.
Oh, cool. And Lee's talking about a charity golf event.
Lee,
So that,
Lee,
that-
congratulations to your son. It sounds like he's doing great in the golfing world. Hope that keeps up.
absolutely.
Great putt. This guy all he does is make putts. All he does is make putts. I had a match with him at a smaller Michigan tournament. Wasn't a PG2 tournament, and I mean, thought I had him dead to rights multiple times. Just making putts, making chips. He's just so steady, man.
This could be something here, don't you think? I mean, how aggressive, right? Oof. I mean, that could be a thumb, high tee backspin.
I don't think you can be too aggressive, though. There's nothing good behind that hole.
I know,
But you got to try to make it.
You're playing
At least-
Paul Taylor.
You at least got to put bite on it, right? Yeah. As long as he puts bite on it, that's the proper level of aggression, I think.
It is.
Oh man.
That's very good. I mean, because here I am thinking, you're playing against Paul Taylor.
Yeah,
Like,
you got to
he's
take
bound,
your
he's
chances.
bound to hole out.
You got to take your chances. Cool. Just got word that Eddie G and Chris Brewer now have a tie match. They are playing on Champ.
And they're on
we're going
17.
to let you take a look at both of these matches right now.
So it looks
Good
like
try by Paul there, not quite enough. So the important thing on this left screen you're seeing here, you got to low tee this, or else you will hit those trees up top. If you try to go medium gap wedge or medium sandwich, you will hit those trees.
You will
on
find those
17.
trees.
Yep.
Wow, that was Brewer almost did
Yeah,
that.
that was right there. So let's see what they get on 18. See if
Are
it's a.
Are we going double overtime here?
Absolutely.
Like, could this happen?
I don't know if my brain can keep up. But we're
I
gonna try.
know. This is overload, man.
All right, so not a great look on the Chris and Eddie match, but it is shortish. It's not 400 yards, so Eddie just kind of playing conservatively there.
Smart.
No, let's put the pressure on Chris, see if he wants to be aggressive and go for that trap or even try to get it down close to the green.
I don't know about you, but I would have done exactly what Eddie did.
I think that was the right play. Yeah.
With the tie game.
Well, with that right pin too. I mean, it's gonna be a tricky approach shot. I mean, good shot by Chris there. So see how aggressive he wants to be on that chip.
That's what's terrifying,
Yeah.
though. You know, I mean, that could make or break.
Absolutely. All right.
See what Eddie does here.
Proper.
Yep.
Prudent play.
So Beatty over there just putting in the fringe,
Right,
but
so
no
if
problem.
you're just joining us, Chris Brewer, if he were to make this chip, would win the match. Otherwise, they will go to extra holes.
And he does carry. Did I see a lob wedge in his bag? It's a little fuzzy, but he's not using it, obviously. But I was just kind of curious.
Yeah, I mean, if you were going to play uber safe, the lob wedge could be an option there for sure.
But I think whatever it was, I think it was a super spin. So
Right.
big chip.
There we go.
Oh
Great
man!
run. Great
oh
run.
man!
Good run.
God.
That was smart though.
It was like aggressive, but not aggressive at
Right.
the same time. You know, like it had me, the hairs on my back standing up for a quick second. But oh man, well, double overtime it is.
Here we go. Yes. Yep. There is
Yes.
I'd say about 60% of the matches that have been going on the last 2 hours have gone overtime. I mean, this is just this is crazy. You know, I do think that Paul cares, though.
I mean, it's clear to me that he cares.
I think he's looking at the shot like he cares.
I think his shirt is
Okay.
false advertisement.
All right.
You know, for a guy that's pretty straight shooter, not buying
He's
his
got
shirt.
a dry wit, and I love it. Share similar senses of humor.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of, obviously pretty much everybody in this room, but
Sure.
yeah.
And if you haven't been to one of these tournaments, that is honestly my favorite thing. We've got whatever you want to call this grouping that we have, just amazing people all the way around. Like, I mean, just look at what Todd Clark's done with the charity, that he set up.
Play
Just
more, give back, I believe they call that, right?
Yeah, I mean, unbelievable people that you meet, lifelong friends that you meet. So please make it out. If you're on the fence, you're going to get 2 to 3 strokes better by coming to one of these things. Absolutely.
And make some pretty amazing friends.
Absolutely.
I mean, geez, I've been bringing. Oh, wait.
See what we got.
Nope.
Yeah.
I've been bringing my girlfriend Rachel for I don't know a few years now, and I mean she's just as ingrained. Like,
Oh yeah, man. In every tournament, it seems like you're getting more and more of the female presence, which I
Yes.
think is great. Whether or not they're playing or they're just here to support, and also hang out with their friends. I mean, it's been really cool to see. It is a fun family.
what an evolution, right? Like,
I would
First-
say that might not have been the case when I first started coming to tournaments, right?
yeah, we were lucky to get 70 people, right?
Right. All right, so we're still in extras through 9. 1 was drivable, so they both are on par, I would say.
Yep.
Looks like Chris and Eddie are getting ready to swipe in for extra holes in their match as well on Champ. So that'll be kind of fun to watch 1 and 2. We'll
I'd
see.
like to see one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd like to see one set up just to see
Yeah, I
if
mean,
it's.
you never know if you're going to get that 361.
Yeah, that's
look
why
where-
I'm wondering.
Yep.
Make it automatic or not. Actually, I can't quite see. It's a bit tiny, but we'll keep you updated. So we got these guys too. You got the pin in the back, so you can get it pretty aggressive here. And yeah, it looks like they're going to be just fine here on 1.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
So are you hitting a medium T 8.5 here and getting skipping it through the
It's hard to-
trap? Or are you playing the short to bounce short? Or you just go? I think a high 10.5, fly it there and make sure you leave yourself a putt.
That's
It's
what
probably
I'm doing.
the safe play.
That's what
right?
I'm doing. The sand is pretty sticky this year, so
Right.
it's hard to rely on it.
It looks like Chris might be playing the bounce though. See what we got.
See, Putt's definitely got aggressive there, as he should. It's a very attackable hole
yeah.
here.
One of those holes that you always feel like you should make. And
There you
great
go.
run by Brewer.
No big deal there.
I want to see a little nasty crosswind on 2. Let's get funky.
Yeah, that's what actually, it's funny.
Let's see a sucker pin. Let's.
We could see potential drop here. Let's see.
I mean, here's the thing.
We have predictions.
Here's the thing with these matches. You just want them to end on a hole out, right? You don't want to see somebody miss a putt. You don't want to see somebody get unlucky. You want these guys to earn these wins, and with this quality of play, you're probably going to see that happen. So
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, well,
interesting look here for Steve and Paul. Looks a little too long to get there, but downwind, you might be able to get one up there for a lob wedge or a gap wedge chip. So
doesn't look like he's going for that.
no,
though.
he's probably going to leave himself like a 9-iron in. You know,
Yep.
just leave himself a distance he's comfortable with. He thinks he can hole out.
Meanwhile, we got Brewer really sizing this one up, right? He's looking to hold this.
Mm-hmm. It's a pretty friendly look, right?
Yep. Nope, he's going to be just right too.
Okay. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think if Brewer or Eddie, has Chris gotten a PG2 win? I think he's been close. I don't think he's been there.
Brewer?
I think Eddie's been close. Has Chris gotten one?
Yeah, I think he got Florida a couple years.
Okay.
Right? Didn't
So-
he get Florida?
So I think Eddie's still looking for his first. But if these guys were to make a run, you know, it's good to see. Hey, I mean, we all love Andy Haas, but we're gonna have a new winner, right?
Yeah.
Somebody finally broke the streak.
Change of the regime for
Right,
at least a couple months, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we got.
If Luna and Evan Gossett, I believe, were in the King of the Hill match, and I think Evan got that one, right? Okay, so we've got probably down to the last 6 players, I would think. Yeah.
Man, Brewer almost got that one. And
Great
Beatty,
run
he
by
almost
Steve.
got that one.
He knew he was just. You saw him do it. He knew he was just half a degree off of what he wanted to hit, where he wanted to hit that. So if you have the bracket in front of you at home, you may already know this, but we're looking at 2 matches. The winners are going to play each other. The loser is out of the tournament. So you got 2 overtime matches. These guys won't have any time to either celebrate or, you know, I mean, they're going to have to go right back in and play another high-quality opponent.
I mean, you look at these 4 guys. I mean, they're
Yep.
big celebrators. You know?
Yeah, right? Good shots, dude.
Yeah,
All right,
that'll-
so this is a look here for Eddie that I would not be surprised if he made. I think he might make this.
Nope, he's missing left.
He's done it! He's done it.
Wow.
He's done it. Not a bad call, huh?
Yeah, talk about
What
predicting
a
the future.
shot. What a shot.
Damn, that was a good shot.
That is Eddie's closest to pin prowess there. You get him
Wow.
8-iron, 9-iron, any type of wedge. It's going to be close to the hole. What a shot. Eddie G moves on.
What a win. What a win. That was not an easy one. And meanwhile, we're still playing overtime.
This might, I mean, who knows who knows how long this match will take. These guys are just too consistent right now, but I think we will see another hole out. That is my
Good
guess.
Lord, though. I mean, we're
I mean,
two-thirds of the way through another 18
you've
here.
been in matches like this, right? I remember I played Will Sandstad in a match. It went 35 extra holes. He aced 17 on Baja. I mean, it was just you have to keep your wits about you, but, man, it gets frustrating if you're just burning those edges, buzzing those edges. But you have to just stay as calm as you can.
Stay calm, keep playing your game, right? And this is going to be – this tripped up some people in the qualifier, so I'm pretty anxious to see. I think he's doing what I would do here for sure.
Well,
Just
that means
do
it's probably a bad shot.
Yeah, probably.
Get up.
I would have carried it out a little more to try to bend it back a little bit. But
Marco, the best jersey has not been awarded yet. We have some solid candidates. I think who you're looking at, Beatty here with the Al Bundy jerseys, probably one of the strong contenders. We got a couple
without a doubt.
Ray Finkel jerseys in the house as well. Jamie Arrington and Lodell Parks both rocking that one. Also some solid throwbacks. I think Gossett's wearing a Michael Jordan McDonald's All-American jersey or something.
Yeah, I brought one, but it just wasn't, old school enough. I know Jason and Jackie would have really, and Evan Scanlon probably would have really appreciated the one I brought, but Patrick Willis, I mean, a beast.
right? Get up.
Very
right.
similar.
2 good shots there.
And 2 tough putts coming up.
I like the extra turn there. Use the wind to your advantage. That's what they both did. Don't try to get too
Uh-oh.
tricky with it.
Uh-oh.
All right, see if Paul can take advantage of that.
He's done
Well
it.
done. Hey,
Wow.
what a great match, guys. What a great match. Steve's going to be upset that that's how he went out, but
You never wanted to end on a
yeah,
putt.
I know.
but
Paul earned it, though. I mean,
Absolutely.
Paul gave him a chance on 18 in regulation.
Yeah, what a beast. That was a great round.
Look at that. Look at that focus. You care, Paul. Don't lie to us.
Don't you lie. We see through your lies.
So we're going to give those guys a little bit of a breather to kind of gather themselves, and then you'll have Eddie versus Paul Taylor. What's been your favorite part of the weekend so far?
God, I mean, there's just where do you start?
That's why I asked you.
Yeah. It's been a tough one to call, but maybe you have something in particular. At least you didn't lose your phone this time.
Correct.
So that's a bonus.
I haven't seen anybody with a wound. That's a good thing.
Well, no, you didn't see Brewer then.
No, I didn't see Brewer. Man, we can't get through one of these tournaments without one. That's all right.
But
so as we got some more matches coming your way, we're going to take a little small break here. It will be Eddie G versus Paul Taylor, and Evan and Paul Luna will be waiting on some people coming up.
Right.
I think we're down to 4.
Oh boy.
And we've got, I believe, Gary Sheldon and Chisholm Woodson are the King of the Hill match in purple.
Nice.
If you want to keep tabs on those 2 guys, 2 great players in their own right. And, yeah, we'll be back with more.
And I'm going to tease something out, too, at the end of this. You get Paul Taylor versus Eddie Godfrey, 2 of the most non-traditional shot players.
Be crazy.
You better come back.
It's going to be fulls. It's going to be craziness.
It's going to be exciting.
Absolutely. All right.
Looking forward
we'll see
to
you guys soon.
So, yeah, welcome back. As promised, we have a fun match ahead of us here. Eddie Godfrey and Paul Taylor, two of the most non-traditional shot makers in the game. Got Josh joining us here. Say hello to everybody.
Hey, everybody.
So, yeah, it should be a pretty exciting match. I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah, this should be a good one. Been watching Paul Taylor play all day, and it's hasn't been really up and down or anything. It's just he just keeps pulling every rabbit that he's got. You know what I mean? It's just
no, he's just cool, calm, and collected as usual, right?
Absolutely.
That's why he's that's why he always makes runs, right? He doesn't let the moment get too big for him. He's been there, he's done it, and he just keeps an even keel.
he's definitely one of the shot makers that you don't take your eye off the screen because he's his last match. I believe he played Steve Beatty, and if you look and he's up 1, and then all of a sudden he might be down 1, and then next thing you know they're even again, and it's just nothing seems to surprise you whatsoever.
No, it really. I mean, actually, yes and no, right? Like sometimes I look at something, I'm like, how the heck did he just think of that? But
we were talking yesterday about it, about his. Here's a prime example right here.
Right off the gut.
Yep, right.
They're coming just a bit spicy, but
Little hot, but makes his putt, moves on. But right there,
95% of players shoot that straight out.
I was gonna say, how many people in the entire field take that approach on a shot like that? Hole one right from the start.
And even Eddie didn't do that. If he was going to be one, that would be Eddie to do that, right?
Right.
He went straight at it. So yeah, I mean, it's fun to watch.
It's very fun to watch. I did spend a decent amount of time actually watching him qualify yesterday. He happened to just be on the other side of my machine, so he was qualifying with one of my friends and whatnot, and so I kind of got to double dip on that. And let's see here. So
yeah, I can't. I have to say, I mean, I wish they would have been playing. Would have landed a different course. Maybe a Petra, a Hollywood. But I mean, we take what we get right here. But I think my prediction is that it's going to take at least a hole out to win this. But bold prediction, I suppose.
Yeah, the most interesting thing for me, other than Taylor's his full shot skills, was yesterday. Petra, what's the hole you go through the tunnel?
Like 5, I think it is.
Right, and he spent a solid 45 seconds with the look up button down, on, and I couldn't tell what. Oh, I was burning the edge. I couldn't tell what he was trying to do. I'm like, what are you looking
what are you
at?
thinking
I'm
about?
like, yeah, what is going through your mind right now? And that's what makes it so that much more interesting to want to watch play, because it's like,
it's gonna miss. Oh no!
go!
Oh,
Jeez.
for a second I knew it was left, and then I was like, wait, it might go in.
Okay.
And I have a feeling, like I said, there were going to be a whole lot. We'll find out here, but there are definitely some opportunities on this course to hole out. It's kind of in a way kind of reminds me of Hollywood in a way, where there are some holes where you can definitely hole out.
There's definitely some opportunities, by all means. This is one right here. That your short game. This is just it's a layup hole. There's no other option. So now it's just, how do you want to line yourself up?
Yep, exactly. And with the severe uphill, it definitely changes the game a little bit, right? So
in here they're hitting I have 8 in the face here. Taylor's going to thumb an 8
with
an
release.
8 iron with release.
Of course.
And every shot like that, he's mad at himself. He's just like, why did I hit it that far right? He just is so accurate.
That's going to be a little outside. Just a bit outside. 154 people watching. Let's get some more, and definitely get some more likes.
Yeah, let's get those likes going, guys.
And Scotty J, definitely Beatty did have a great run. There's no doubt about that.
Hey, Tim, if you would have made it down here, you could be sitting where I'm sitting then, and then I wouldn't be sitting here. So you're. It's
a pretty cut and dry hole here. Definitely nothing too exciting, but knowing these two, they can find a way to make it exciting. So he's doing his math right now, right?
Yep,
He's
that's
lining his what he wants.
100% what I was saying is just like the last hole. Where do you want to end up? How do you want the wind to be? And what's your yardage? He's got himself a prime 6-wood here. Nothing on
That
it.
looks good. He got the fringe. Man, I'm pretty sure that it landed fringe. If that landed green,
It definitely looked like it landed fringe. Yeah, if that landed green, even though it's up 1, I think it still rolls down.
oh, oh my God. Oh, I'm getting stressed.
Hey, it wouldn't be any fun if we weren't sitting here stressed watching 2 other people play, 2 top caliber players playing Golden Tee right now, right?
Yeah. And a very deep run into a very tough field of players. So, yeah. All right. Let's see if he maybe thinks about I shouldn't try to get in his head, but yep. Okay, all right. I was right. I was thinking thumb release.
Medium thumb release.
It's weird that, what I do would be what actually he did. It's kind of rare, right?
That's the great thing about this game is that, across the board, you got guys that can score, in the high 20s into the 30s and whatnot, and everybody takes a different approach at the game.
Yes.
It's.
And you learn, you kind of, as you get, play more, and you kind of find your own style, right? Do you like to hammer shots in? Do you like to feather shots in? Do you like to play into the wind? Do you like to play with the wind? You kind of find your tendencies and your strengths, right? And, these guys have obviously, clearly honed all of that in. And it's cool, it's fun. It's a fun game.
No, it's a very fun game, and it's more enjoyable when you get you're not just a thumb shot or a thumb player, excuse me, when you can mix it around, because we have guys that all they do is thumb, right? And now some of these courses have gotten to the point where you can't do that anymore. You can't get the yardage because the elevation changes
Sure.
and all that. You can't do it anymore. You have to adapt differently. And
And you look at a Beatty who doesn't thumb.
He doesn't thumb
look
at
what
all.
he did today. I mean,
Yep.
he's made runs before. He's
Yep.
a great player.
He's a fantastic player, and he's also very fun to watch. He's also the calm, cool, collective one. There's a lot of us that get a little antsy, and you can see it. You can see it in their eyes and their face. He's very collective.
Wait!
There
Oh, he did it!
Wow, Eddie G with the hole-in-one.
Well, there's one. There's one.
There's one.
Wow. Well, Paul's definitely gonna, take a minute here. Wow, that was a beauty. I saw it launch off, and I'm like, that's why I kind of had to cut you off there. I'm like, wait a minute, this is looking good.
Wow, what a shot. Just clutch. And this hole can set up so great as it is right now. That pin goes just a little higher. You're able to get something in there like a thumb release or something and be able to roll up and in. Let's see what Taylor decides to do here.
How exciting would it be to go back to back?
Absolutely. I'm with you.
I like both of these guys a lot, so I can't really say I'm rooting for one or the other, so I just like to root for a good game.
Burning.
Oh, come on.
He definitely gave it a good run there.
Wow.
Oh, well, all right. So we have we're through hole 8. Eddie G up 1 stroke. And this one's not anything too crazy, but it's still being a little. Let's see.
It's going to be a little left, I'm thinking.
Did
Just a little bit.
Medium G wedge with release there. Huh. Paul Taylor's thinking hole out here. I think he has to. This is an opportunity. This is if Eddie G can point it.
Mike can't, yeah.
Yeah, I think Paul Taylor's thinking this has got to go in the cup.
So he just did a push. I think he went a little farther right than he wanted to. Maybe not.
All
Let's
right.
see. No.
Both of them with excellent shots.
All right, well, one better to par through 9. So, as promised, we have a great match.
And here, this one's, again, just about positioning.
which is
That is-
I don't know this position at all.
I cannot say that I've ever taken that route. But here we are sitting here.
Yeah, that's why we're here.
Yeah, that's why we're here. Yep. He's sitting on a one better as we speak and is going to play out of the snow.
I mean, why the hell not, right?
And what's interesting about this is that Paul Taylor is Paul Taylor's going to go with the full. That's approximately where I would be going here.
Should be what? Maybe an 8 iron?
All right, so
Okay, well, I can see how this makes sense now.
Keller, Texas, Eddie G playing out of the snow.
That's the beauty thing about Golden Tee, right?
Yep, absolutely.
All right.
I would like to know what Paul Taylor was asking him right now.
Probably asking about the snowdrift. So you think? I'm thinking it's a bite with the uphill, the wind in the face. You got an up 5, so it will come back enough for you. I think this is a bite shot.
So normal pullback through and through. He's going to thumb with nothing on it. I do like this.
Come on. Come
Get
on.
up.
Trickle in there. Trickle in there.
Oh,
Well, I'm just going to stop predicting things because, I got to remember who I'm commentating on here. And it's wow.
I have gotten more into that. The shot that Taylor just hit there, just thumbing it, I've been getting more into it with release. I've been hitting more release than I think I ever have.
Okay.
You know,
even in that scenario with not a whole lot of green in front there?
Just to make sure that you give it a run.
Yeah, you have a chance.
You have
to
a better chance. You have a better chance of getting it to bounce and release than you do to land it up and let it roll down with nothing on it.
True.
And you miss your thumb by 5 miles an hour, and you're short, and there's just so many variables in it now. And with all these elevation changes, it's
like every damn par 3 on this course.
pretty much, yeah.
Only 315. Good Lord.
Right?
That means 49ers Dolphins game's coming up here. If anybody cares. So, obviously anybody that knows me knows that I am a 49ers fan. I know it's going to be a battle. You got a Mike McDaniel, who is a former assistant of Kyle Shanahan, comes from a great system. He's having a great year. He's making, Tua a much better quarterback than he already was. But I think defense prevails in most big games, and I think the Niners bring a better defense. I look at maybe a 24-17 final for the Niners.
How many times have you seen the pin in the middle of this multi-tier green?
Not many.
Because I feel like I do not see that very often.
I don't know if I ever have.
I'm right there with you, and that's kind of why I kind of jumped in on you there. And it's usually I'm seeing it on the right most of the time, right? I haven't seen it.
I've seen both just as equal, right and left, but I don't think I've ever seen middle.
I probably haven't noticed it right or left more than anything, but right here, this is actually a pretty good look, and Taylor's lining up here just to put this in the bottom of the cup. Good run at it.
He knows that, there's plenty of holes, but there's not a lot of holes, right?
Right.
And who's to say Eddie can't hold something else out, right? And you got to worry about that. But this is one of the big holes, right?
Yeah. So this is what got me in qualifying.
Oh.
I semi-whiffed the ball, and it ended up. I ended up with a bogey, and in match play, it's even more stressful.
Yep.
You can't. This is one of those ones that you can't afford to give up, and it's just everything has to be aligned, and you have to hit it right. And
let's see what he
carefully lining up exactly where he wants this ball to be.
Going with a bite, which is keep it a little safer. Oh. I think we had some yelling there that interrupted his shot, but he's cool. He's just going to wait it out. Yep, asking for some quiet. Totally understandable.
I thought we hired ushers to have the signs up or put their hands up. And, whoa.
I sure hope whatever happened before
he stayed dry.
Did not mess with him too much.
But see, here's the difference of what I did and what a lot of people have been coming across is he's still dry. He doesn't go back to the tee box.
Yeah, but I don't know if he can get up here.
You're absolutely correct, and at least he has the opportunity potentially to turn to a different direction rather than restart at the tee
Sure.
box. You know, there's a lot of positives involved in this more than the other route, but let's see what he decides to do. He knows he couldn't get up there.
He had to take his medicine.
Yep.
So we'll stick with you guys through this. I think we have one more after that, and then we might be, we'll definitely be switching over. I definitely need a little break myself anyways, so it'll work out perfectly. But now we got a 3-stroke difference here, and I don't know about you, but I can't see anything changing. I think he's going to cruise here.
Yeah, this is pure cruise control. Nothing too crazy. Just the ball in the middle of the green, let it run down. You know, not going to be attacking anything. But at the same time,
almost made it interesting.
You might see quite a bit of that, of him burning some edges, Paul Taylor burning some edges here to
he's definitely going to be getting
try to
aggressive.
Absolutely. Try to chip away at this as much as he can.
Did I just see him scroll through 3 drivers? I think I did. An 8.5 and a 9.5 for sure.
Most likely it's for that last hole.
Probably.
You know,
Makes me think a little bit.
Gives you every option that you need when you get there.
Little push, high tee.
That was a prime example of what happens if you don't have. Remember, going back even a few months, how many people were only still running one driver? We played how many years with only one driver?
Yeah. Well, ever since we got Build-A-Bag, I've rocked the 2.
You've run the two two drivers
since Build-A-Bag.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I've came across so many people that's only just still ran one.
Oh wow.
And so maybe I was just late to the party.
So we're rocking 200 viewers, yet this math doesn't work out. We were only rocking 50 likes, so
we got to even that number up.
Yeah, let's get that a little closer. You know, it doesn't take much to share it either to your social feed, and
we appreciate all the viewers and everything, guys. If you're watching and you haven't hit that like button, get that like button going for us.
And if you are not entertained, I don't know what would be entertaining, because we've had some good matches today. This one obviously has kind of gotten away, but there have been some good ones. We had 2 overtimes going at the same time a little bit ago.
Yeah, absolutely. And for all our viewers out there, if you guys got questions or comments, we'll do what we can to answer any questions and reply to everything.
All right. Oh, and look at this. Tua doing 2 things already. Uh-oh. I haven't had any updates yet.
I've been getting some updates, and then there's a lot that I'm not getting, and I'm not super thrilled about it.
Well, the Seahawks scored.
So we're going to 18 here. Eddie G's up 3 strokes on Paul Taylor. We got a 26-23 match going here. Eddie G.
Easy peasy.
And he definitely isn't letting up.
No, he's just trying to stay fresh for his next one, right?
Absolutely.
You know?
Yep.
He doesn't want to take the foot off the gas by any means.
Taylor with
this
the
might
roll.
go in.
Oh, wow.
But a good day for Paul Taylor.
So wrapping up this here, guys, we had Eddie G with a 3-stroke win over Paul Taylor. Next we have, do we know where we're at for the next one?
I think somebody's coming to play Luna. I think Eddie plays Luna.
I didn't look at the bracket.
Yeah, I don't have it up. But I think that's what it is.
Take a look here quick.
Yeah, don't mind us. We're just going to try to do our best to keep you all updated. You guys probably have the brackets in front of you, but for the ones that don't, we'll do that for you here in a second.
So, so it's going to be Eddie G versus Paul Luna.
Yep. Okay, I was right then. Yep.
Yep. That's what
Match
we got
just
coming
got
up.
Called. So we should have some action for you pretty quick here.
And it looks like we have Evan Gossett. Evan Gossett, King of the Hill.
Yep, that's where we're at. So yeah, just kind of fill you guys back in. That we're down to 3 then, correct?
Down to 3.
Yep, Evan Gossett is our King of the Hill. So we are about to get into this match here. Winner of this will go on to play Evan Gossett. We'll have to beat him twice. Probably not going to be an easy feat regardless.
I mean, and what a showing from Evan Gossett, too.
I know.
I mean, everybody knows that he's a fantastic player, but to make it, the main bracket deep runs are very, very difficult, right? Our fields are always quite stacked with all sorts of talent from all sorts of levels. Mistakes happen. Certain people win, certain people lose. Evans kind of hasn't been struggling, but
He hasn't been
think
making the runs he's capable of
correct,
making,
yeah.
right?
He's
And
definitely been making
but it might be, maybe this is going to be his weekend, right? I mean, I don't see why not. He's obviously been playing great golf all weekend, and I played some games with him on Friday night. We were playing some team games, and thankfully he carried me a couple of those rounds. So I think he had like a three hole out game on Norderline with me, and we all know what he's got. I mean, world champion.
Yep, world champion, and
need I say more?
everybody knows it. It's it's putting together rounds. You can be top qualifier. You can be top scorer on the courses, things of that nature. But at the end of the day, all it does is come down to Sunday, and whether or not you can put together rounds and keep it together. And he's definitely been doing that. And we're gonna have the. Looks like we got
He's just
Luna. Luna's just warming up here.
Sure. Yeah, just getting him a little familiar with the trackball, I'm thinking. Also notice I don't think he's rocking any headphones. Maybe he will when they fire it up here.
I haven't been walking around, and I haven't really seen much of Luna playing today, so I'm not sure if he was. And it would be very strange if I did see him without him, because that's kind of been his thing.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe he's just trying to change things up. He's on a bit of a cold streak for Luna. So after his hot 2021, I believe it was, right? So he might. Maybe he's like the Impractical Jokers. He has an earpiece in there. We can't see.
This whole time he could be like a CIA. And he's just got the little earpiece in, and technology's changing. Everything's getting, the earbuds, headphones are all getting smaller. Except for him and Marcus Denmark, they're one of the two of the guys that all wear the big
ours.
Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty sure. Puff too. Puff wears very, very large headphones.
Oh, we had some action going there.
I believe that must be Justin. Was that Justin Wilson and Mike Harrington?
Purple. So it must be. I know we're pretty deep in that too.
I'm not sure exactly where we're at with that, but I know we are definitely running deep in that.
Let's see if Luna's ready to. He must have played a 6-pack here. He's really.
We got Luna trying to ice Eddie G here. Like, hey, just let me get a few shots in. He just came off this trackball, so.
Okay.
So the Wilson-Arrington match is losers bracket semifinals. I actually lost to Justin Wilson earlier. First match this morning, right out of the gate.
Ooh, yeah, that's not one you want to draw off.
No,
in the morning.
I went 2-0 yesterday, and first right out of the gate this morning, and he definitely. Yeah,
he's a pretty fantastic player.
He's a great player, not to be taken lightly by any means. And actually, at any tournament, nobody is to be taken lightly anymore.
No.
So many weird things happen, and these courses are getting, a little more challenging, a little more fun, and you got to, working on your consistency, and he's a very consistent player.
And working on your, mentality of being at a live event, right, versus playing at your local bar, and playing by yourself or even with a couple of your buddies.
$5 on the line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nope. I Totally with you on that one.
I mean, think about Justin and Aaron, Justin Wilson and Mike Arrington right now. Don't you think they're not thinking about that Worlds Pass that's on the line for them, right? That's a big deal.
Absolutely, it is.
And you hope that they could tune that out. It's easier said than done, but those are usually the kind of guys that make the deepest runs, right? Where they just kind of turn everything else off and focus in. It's game time. Nothing else to worry about.
Well, it's amazing how it seems so simple for so many of these guys that can just tune everything out.
Yeah.
It's just another day.
Yeah.
It's just another game.
Yeah.
Like no different than playing with your buddies at the bar. And
hopefully he's on his sixth one of 6 here, because this is definitely I'm getting anxious.
I'm trying to see. I can't tell which hole he is on.
For anyone that cares, oh boy, Jimmy Garoppolo out, questionable return. Uh-oh.
That's probably the third big injury. I believe Lamar Jackson went out. Aaron Jones went out. There's quite a few of them that I was not happy to hear about.
No. The Niners do not have what you would consider a great backup in Brock Purdy. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. But it looks like we're getting ready up. We're getting a little quick photo. Kevin on the other end of that camera. A little fist pound for the boys. All right, where will we draw? That's going to be interesting. Come on, make it a good one.
Just trying to find a link here quick on my phone. Sorry, guys.
Okay. I feel like I've watched a lot of Petra today. But I am fine with that. Plenty of fun shots on Petra.
Absolutely. And the new tee boxes definitely gave quite a few great new looks.
Yes.
Yeah, a little more challenging in some areas, and
couple of easier ones too.
Couple of easier ones as well.
Some of those par threes in the front got real short.
Well, and what I believe it's hole number 4, not having to go through the gap anymore.
Yeah.
And getting to an approach position is pretty much always there.
Oh yeah.
Right. It's. I don't know that I've not made it across since the tee boxes came out. I've seen other people not make it across, but I don't believe that I have. Not that means anything, but.
No, All right.
All right. So, Eddie G.
Settle up, strap in, and let's get this thing rolling, huh?
Eddie G, Paul Luna, Petra. So live odds.
Minus 180 for Mr. Paul Luna. And we got a plus 160.
Plus 160 for Eddie.
I think that's set pretty well.
Yep.
Definitely makes you think both ways. It's the beauty of odds, right? If this doesn't get out of there, he's going to be in a little trouble.
Luna's going to have himself quite a tester on one. Eddie G's already on 99 out of 100% putt.
Looks like he's going to go 5 hybrid, maybe. He wants to make sure he can clear this, though, I think.
And,
nicely done.
Well done.
Nothing like a tester right out the gate, right?
Oh, jeez. I find myself doing that to myself quite often. Quite often.
Good Lord. Yeah, that gets the blood pumping right out the gate.
But what a confidence builder, too. Even going to hole 2. I mean, here's one of your just normal, straightforward par 4s.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy here. It's just a matter of
just gonna push it. Oh! I didn't realize they only had bite, but obviously the right decision. There's no need to get that aggressive quite yet, and leave yourself a chip when you can have a gimme putt.
even after seeing Eddie hit it and being in the situation he's in, decides to not go for the $105 chance.
Yeah, they may have bigger things in mind, I'm thinking.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, let's see. I'm glad Luna did that because I would have cut it in too, and I felt like it's reassuring to me to see that that
So you're saying one of the best in the world makes the same decisions that you, and you're happy about it?
It's nice to see once in a while.
Fair enough.
Just a bit outside on that one. I mean, it's definitely set up, and I've seen Luna do this, 100 times in my life. So let's see. This might go in.
The call is that it's going in.
Nope.
Just left it on the low side. Just a bit outside.
Yeah, we should get Bob Euchre to guest commentate sometime. that would be something.
Absolutely.
I'm sure he's cheap enough, right? Uh-oh.
Did I just pull a jinx? This is we were just talking about hole 4.
Yes,
about not having to go through the gap anymore, and how I've never been short and been in the sand.
Yeah.
That's a game changer here.
And for me, I would have even then I still would have 10.5'd it just to get the height.
One stroke on Petra, that's hard to get back.
It matter what course it is with these two guys.
That's very fair.
But man, I tell you what, if Luna can hold this out, he just not quite the best shot, but
I wouldn't be surprised if we see a hole out right here, though.
Yeah.
To be, it's
talk about the momentum that would give Eddie, right? And we
oh.
That momentum, though, he could have grabbed from that, from that, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Sandmeyer chiming in. Did you see his?
I didn't. No, Dave, I did not win the pink bracket. I would have had to have actually qualified in the pink bracket to win it. I would like the half of that $5 though that you won off me the other day.
Ooh.
If you want to just Venmo me $2.50, that'd be perfect.
$2.50.
$2.50.
Nice. Make sure you send friends and family.
Right. Yeah, I'm not paying a fee on that, Dave.
Yeah, not 3 cents that they'll charge you. So I think Paul can.
Paul's got his is. I was gonna say 100% puttable, but he's gonna play it safe here and do his automatic 6-iron chip.
Yeah, that dribbled back, like
just enough for
like
the
a
club.
fingernail back.
Just enough for the club to make contact with the ball.
Yeah. Looks like Eddie's gonna do pretty much the same thing.
Automatic. Yep.
And we move on. See, this is one of these shorties, right? 70 yards. Don't be surprised if you see something drop from one of these guys.
And Luna's
super spin.
He's got his own. He's got the mind of his own here. He's throwing roll on this medium roll
on a super spin club,
and he drains
there
it.
It is.
Luna with a hole in one.
Man, I love when I predict the future.
Here,
what a shot.
We're looking at a medium sand wedge with roll on it. On the par 3. That's. Yeah, she's a Butte clerk. Well done.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if he's got the. I can't remember. I watched enough matches from Eddie. Okay. He's got the super spin, too. So no wonder he was eyeing that up as much as he was. Obviously, he needs to replicate this, right?
Pretty sure Eddie just. Oh, so he's going. He does not even move in the tee.
Oh!
Jeez.
Wow.
I think Eddie G asked Paul Luna to make it for him, too. Just call it a day.
Wow, and I think we just. I don't know what just happened back there.
Quite the crowd roaring back here. Might have been Kevin Lindsay, but.
Sunday rowdies, I guess. I guess that happens when you're, hanging out in a bar for 12+ hours on end.
It's a very long weekend.
Yeah. It surely is.
Very long weekend. And it's not over.
No.
It's not even not even 4 o'clock.
We have, which is, it's a great little entrance into the whole, we have a whole another 2 tournaments coming still.
Luna with some great shot points. Both of them playing from about the same area, just the normal layup area. I shouldn't even call it a layup area because we haven't had a chance to see this one drivable.
That might do it.
Wow.
Oh. Yeah, Eddie knows. Eddie knows. He needs to make up some strokes here pretty quick.
So after 7,
It's 2.
let's get a real update here.
That's
It's
2.
Luna at 13 under, Eddie G at 11. So Luna's going to 8 with a 2-stroke lead. Deep run in the main bracket.
I feel like it was Luna was due. You know, it's been a while for him to win one here, but I mean, we're not there yet. Not counting the chickens, but he keeps playing like he is right now.
You don't feel like we're going to see a old school Luna Evan Gossett main bracket finals?
That's what it's looking like to me. That's what it's looking like to me. But hey, we got 12 more holes to play. 11.
10.
Math.
10. almost now 9.
No, now it's 10. Wait, this is only 8. See?
It'd be 9 then.
Math is hard.
It would be 9 then.
Well, now it's 10. You got 9 plus 9.
Correct. Yep. Now it's 10.
Yes. Math.
Math is difficult. My parents should have sprung for a better education for myself.
Don't you be blaming them. Ooh.
Oof.
All right, Eddie. Have to assume he's probably going to do the same shot. Obviously hoping it drops in instead. And it might. Oh, he did!
My goodness.
He did!
Eddie G getting one back.
Okay. We got ourselves a game.
Yep, it's back on now.
The momentum Eddie needed, you know. Can he carry this on? But, you know, obviously cool, calm, and collected as well.
So how many holes are left now?
Math. 9. Oh, the best number, the Niners, right? Any
See what
updates
we
on the
got
Niners?
coming on the. Is it Aribi? What up? How's it going? Eric, this is not the final. This is the losers' final. Our guys at Golden Tee Golf are on top of it, chiming in perfectly, right on time.
All right. Little bounce up, but not going to do it. Good shot, though. Safe, but also enough to maybe get the hole the hole out, right?
I've been seeing a lot of looks on that hole where we're up so far that we're getting closer to that.
Oh, you
the
got a high
square-
tee like the 7 hybrid or whatever you got just to be on the
Right.
safe side.
The first time I came across it, I was like, did I switch bags or something? Because nothing's lining up correctly. And then I realized that they've been moving it up.
So apparently this can be drivable, I've heard.
I have yet to see anybody like in person drive it.
You have to think, Eddie, if he was playing alone, he would have probably tried this, right?
It's probably the reason when I'm playing at home and I'm playing live games that he's up a stroke ahead of me going to after this hole.
Because, I mean, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, just looking at this, I think you
It's
play it off the left wall.
381.
Yeah,
like
off the
Luna's.
oh, okay.
Oh, boy. He had kind of hit the face of it.
But there's no risk. I mean, what's he got, you know?
The only time that I've seen that the risk comes into play is where I've ended up right in front here and kind of get stuck.
Oh, so like a short chip up and you got like
well, where that rock is, I've been right up against it where you almost can't get out. Yeah,
that's a problem.
that has happened to me before.
That's a problem.
Yep.
Okay.
But yeah, it looked like I think it's a 381. So I mean, shoot, we're driving 415-yard holes, so
Yeah.
381's there somehow.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it made perfect sense for him to try that. I mean, like I said, like he knows where his mistakes are, right?
Absolutely.
Like he knows if he's going to err one way or the other, he's going to make sure he does not end up where you were talking about, right?
Well, the game's just it's risk reward.
All
right?
day.
You know, all day long. It's where do you go for it?
I always say pick your battles, right? Pick your battles. All right, so looks like Luna's going to go similar shot here.
So he's going to go the high forward.
Ooh.
Just burning edges.
I do love the fact that Eddie holed out, right? To make this a little bit
Absolutely.
more, right? It definitely changes things, right?
Well, it changes it for the viewers, and even though if you're Luna with ice in your veins and can just continue to play, you still know that you don't have you still have that
don't have
one stroke,
but
but
not
if
the cushion you
you
had.
you definitely don't have that same cushion anymore. And this tee box on this hole is I've thoroughly enjoyed it,
Ooh.
especially in
Great
match
shot.
play,
Yeah.
because I actually haven't screwed up on it, but I've actually played people that have been, like occasionally.
Oh, sure.
And there's your stroke.
And speaking, okay, as I died a little bit on him, but yeah, and I like when you don't have to do the double clicks. I like those shots they took in. I prefer that.
Absolutely.
That other one just changes.
I was
so
watching
much.
somebody playing earlier in that kind of bowl thing with the stone. They were to the right of it and short.
No.
For the life of me, I couldn't figure out how you get there, and I wanted to remember who it was because I wanted to go ask and say what happened.
Yeah.
Just so I know to not do that.
Oh
man, Eddie G just burning edges.
He felt like he had that one for sure.
He had that dialed in, exactly what he wanted to do, and it just missed.
And Paul missed there for sure. I mean, he's fine, obviously, but man, yeah, Eddie definitely. I
Josh,
think
sorry, go ahead. No, you're. Oh no, Brandon, go ahead. I interrupted you.
oh no, I just wonder, if is he going to be able to come back? I mean, he will, right? Like, but that definitely messed with him. Missing that shot.
Absolutely. Hey, Josh McDaniel, yeah, the rock face with bite. Did Luna not have bite on it, or did he just hit it? From what you saw, did he just hit it in the face of it?
Huh. Yeah, I guess I should have paid more attention.
Yeah, I'm just kind of curious because it looked like he hit it off the face of it, which had no chance of skipping forward. It was going to come backwards.
Another shot I got to take home with me, I guess.
I was thinking the same thing because I feel like today I was not analyzing full distances to my advantage for like drivable holes. I wasn't paying attention enough to, man, why didn't I just hit this shot, and I probably could have got there kind of thing. And that's a prime example right there. That's in his brain.
Sure.
And
Oh, wait for it. Almost. All right.
So 3 to 4 yards short. That makes sense from what I saw then, that he would actually hit it kind of on a bump out of it, I guess you could say.
Oh,
Jeez.
God.
Just burning edges,
How many
guys.
times?
All right,
How many times?
So we're going to go to 16 here with Luna's going to be up 1, 25 over 24. Petra 16. Not a gimme look here either. I mean, this wind's blowing out.
I think I wonder if he's sizing up, cutting in
it
there.
It looks like he's sizing up a full here.
Yep. Doesn't look too bad.
And that's why you're Eddie G.
No, you're damn right.
Because you can just walk up and play a full-on command.
See right away. Yeah, see, Luna's doing doing the Brandon shot here. I like his
that would be the Josh shot too.
Yeah. All right, fair.
That's how I'd be going after it.
It's fair. All right. Good putt. It's you look at it.
Let's see how 17 sets up here.
All right.
I mean, this is
okay. I mean,
it's definitely not out of this world. I had an ace on this setup recently with the pin up there.
Didn't bounce out the rock 7 times?
Nope.
Damn.
It bounced and it came down. It just like grazed the side of the rock and then hit the green and rolled back down and went in.
Beauty.
I don't know that I could do it again if you gave me 100 chances.
Look at this. This is going to be,
All right. He's safe. He knows he can make that putt.
It's a tester, but definitely well within his wheelhouse.
Luna knows that he can't get too crazy here as he throws a full out there on command.
And that looks pretty good.
Yep,
He's getting a little more favorable putt here, too.
Yep, his is going to be up 9 approximately, like a right 2. Eddie G with a
great putt.
Fantastic putt. Oh, straight up 10.
I mean, this is, that that was a clutch putt because it definitely. I mean, it's Luna, right? But I mean, you're looking at it up 10, and you're like, oh crap, if I don't make this, we're tied. Going
Absolutely.
into 18. And
So which way do you go on Petra 18? Do you go left or do you go right?
it depends on
And
the
this is
pin.
not a political question.
Nice. No, it depends on the pin for me, and how the ease of getting to the island on the left. But like, I hate relying on bounces and all that. But with the pin being where it is,
You'd go left.
I'd probably go right.
Oh, because you want it to roll down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
Because then you got to bend this in, right? And then you're going to bend it in, and your backspin's going to take it away from the hole anyways, right?
Yep.
Because you're coming in left to right. And
That's what Eddie's analyzing here is he's most likely the same things that you just said.
yeah,
you know?
he's definitely weighing out the
Yep.
shit that I just
if
said,
I
right?
if I land it here and I got to cut it back in, and then also if he does go to the left here, he's going to be playing a left or right 15-mile-an-hour wind.
Yeah. Yeah, so he ends up going to the island. Okay, so Josh was correct on his prediction over there. So it looks like Luna's probably going to follow suit.
And here's again the difference between you, me, you,
Yep.
myself, and Luna is that if I was up 1 going to 18, I'm going the other way,
Yes.
right?
He's going to 8.5 and everything, too.
Goodness
What a-
gracious.
see?
Yep.
Well, there you
Just
go.
iced in his veins. Just normal.
What the
normal
hell do
day.
I know?
Yep. That's why we're here. I'd be sweating palms all over that deck in the track
You
ball.
weren't kidding. Got him right now.
Right?
I mean, this is pretty much all but over. Obviously, he's trying to find a way to hold this. He's pretty much got to go for it, right? I mean, you have to assume Luna makes this putt, right? So his only chance is holding this out.
Well,
All right, so you guys are going to see some more action pretty quick. However, Josh and I are going to step out, take a little break.
we're going to step out. We're going to see the purple. We're going to see, we're going to have the loser finals of the purple bracket coming up here. Wow, Eddie G gosh, what a solid shot.
I mean, we're not here yet. I mean, hopefully there's no rollover. Okay.
All right.
That'll seal it. All right. So we've got a final lined up here for the gold bracket. Looks like Paul Luna's going to have to beat Evan twice.
Paul Luna's got to beat Evan twice. Eddie G with a great performance.
Yep.
Deep run.
Absolutely great. What a run! And it looks like they're going to switch this over. We are going to take a timeout. You guys will still see the action. Thanks for listening.
Don't forget to hit that like button, guys.
Yes, please. Awesome, guys. Enjoy.
Enjoy. Thank you.
Brian Bernhardt back here. Took a little bit of a break with Incredible Technology's own Kevin Lindsay. Had a nice little meal, watched some of the matches that you guys have been watching, and thanks for sticking with us this entire ride today. We're going on almost 4 hours of video golf, bringing to your TV, tablet, mobile device, whatever it is. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Live from Keller, Texas, Legend Sports Bar. We've got Justin Wilson in the Tiger Woods y'all shirt and Chisholm Woodson, two guys that could probably be in the main bracket, but they didn't get there today. So I got Jason Lociavo with me.
Those are the two guys that knocked me out of the tournament.
Well, look
number
at that.
1 and number 2 right there. I finished 5-6.
That's not too bad.
Not too shabby. Well, it's
In
purple.
the purple bracket,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Let's preface.
So technically, you're one of the top 38 players in Golden Tee today.
Technically, yes. I think I made the Top Gun too. So
Oh yeah, well, since you make such you find a way to get to almost every tournament during the year. I think you took one off.
I
this-
took
yeah.
one off.
and by doing that, it puts you in a great place to be at the top guy.
Well, I mean, you don't have to say it so meanly. I mean,
we're happy you're here.
I won some matches along the way. I made a couple cuts. Made 2 cuts. Won some matches.
You did what you had to do to put yourself in that position.
I did what was allowed. I didn't cheat.
But you
I did
play
it
stout
on-
balls, though, don't you?
Honorably. Yeah, I don't play cheat balls. Like, what do you play, Titans, with
Yeah.
all that extra wind and all that extra distance? I played a legit ball.
Look at the pose. Look at Chiz.
Yeah, he's
He's into it. He really is.
loving it. I wonder what he's listening to.
I would guess Frank Sinatra.
Wow, that's a great guess.
I mean, and this is a guy, and I spoke about him yesterday when I was calling some stuff. He was just in Las Vegas for the Moscone Cup.
Right.
And he flew in.
Flew here for
Yeah,
it.
he flew to Dallas for the tournament.
Yeah.
He's out of Denver, Colorado.
He's
Justin Wilson's out of
dedicated.
Michigan. But, yeah, he's just on the move.
That's dedication. So are we tied? I didn't see where we were at.
They brought
I'm
us in
assuming
here
we're
just a
tied.
couple holes ago. We're playing Nordlin. Not a few places to
I like
screw
this
up.
look.
But I don't know. I'm going to guess we're all square.
I like this look, though. You can go after it.
Yeah, and Chisholm, one of the slower players. You know, we don't judge. He finds a way to take his time. But you know,
Yeah,
shot clock timers may be a thing in the future here at Golden Tee tournaments.
I
I'm just
played him
kidding.
earlier. I got 3 naps in.
But lucky for you guys, he's playing great Golden Tee, and you don't want to take a nap during this one.
No, he holed out on me on 1. I'm talking to Josh McDaniel here. He holed out on 1 and kind of held it the rest of the way. We both gave up a stroke. I gave up a stupid putt. It was like an easy putt, and I could have tied it back up. So that's on me. But yeah, I took a couple naps while I played that match, and I think I played some card games.
Did you play any chess over there on the table? They got the mini chess thing set up.
No, not today.
Not today.
I would have. I was asking for the chessboard while I was waiting because there was a couple shots that took a while.
This is actually a pretty simple look. You know, with the elevation change, you know, it does complicate things a little bit. But with this being a really short par 3, they're thinking, hey, I've got a chance of.
You got to go for this.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's in the middle of the green. There's no water in play. You're not going to hit the rock.
Chepanik. Hey, Lee. He always buys a quarter of me in the Calcutta.
That wouldn't have been very profitable this
No, but
weekend.
it was close. We were close. And
And,
Bronzy's on.
And Mark
Hey,
Beaver
Bronzy.
from Washington State making an appearance. So that's
Hola.
great.
Oh, it's this multilingual. En español.
And Evan and Luna, they're talking right now. Are they going to spin the ball? Are they going to press the random button?
Well, the people at home can't see
right.
that,
Oh, yeah.
though.
Yeah. I'm just kind of
And
giving
Jay
them a
Ware
picture.
is still alive.
Evan spun it, and then it landed on Hollywood. And that is the course that they are going to play, getting ready to swipe their cards.
Jay, you'd be so proud of me. I was undefeated in chess this weekend. Damien, hello.
Hi, Damien.
Look at this. We got a bunch of action on the chat here.
And for those that have been listening and watching this entire afternoon, thank you very much. Make sure you like and subscribe to the page. Share it with your family and friends. Even share it with people you don't like. Just let everybody know that you're tuning in, watching this Golden Tee tournament on whatever platform you're using. Yeah, we will be moving over to King of the Hill in just a few moments here. We're going to have Paul Luna against Evan Gossett. Luna is selecting his playlist right now, laughing at something. I was joking earlier that he has a hole out playlist that he puts on, and then
Oh.
that helps him get more hole outs. So
Nice.
we'll see if he's getting that one in action. And Paul Luna is getting ready to tee off, and there he is, world champion Paul
Blue.
Anthony Luna, wearing the Astros champion shirt. He's on the green, but these guys, they just faced each other a couple hours ago. Evan winning by 1 and being the king of the hills. So for Evan to win this tournament, he needs to win this match. For Paul to win it, he needs to win 2.
Needs the double dip. I'm going to say hey back to Scott and Dylan. No, there's no B-Man here. He's not here. He hasn't been here in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, Luna might be doing the tool. All right. Big match. Finals, potentially number 1 of 2, potentially 1 of 1. I feel like we're gonna see some hole outs on this one.
Yeah.
It's not like watching the purple bracket where you get a little less hole outs.
Ooh, this is a pretty favorable setup. A little bit offset to the right, so he's going to be pulling it back a little bit to the right.
Now, would
He
you
likes
use
it.
a tee?
He likes
Oh,
it a
that is
lot.
a great shot.
Just a little too
Would you
high.
use a tee there to give yourself a little straighter on, or do you not care there? Are you saving the
that's a good
4
point.
cents or whatever it is?
Like what Evan might do, go to the back left corner.
Yeah, just to
So
get a
yeah,
little.
there you go.
That's what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying. Like,
Yeah.
Luna didn't do that.
No.
I don't know if he was saving that couple pennies for something later.
And Evans, that's a great
Yeah.
shot. 2 really good shots, and you're going to hear us say great shot for these guys throughout this
That's
entire.
not a great shot. If it was a great shot, it would have told us. Luna's looking into it. He came to play. Oh, someone's making
this
this.
is yeah.
There's no way this isn't going to be a hole in one for someone.
He's got to line it up here, put some backspin on that super sand wedge, and thumb it out really hard.
Speed.
And
Ooh, I thought he put it a hair left.
Oh, my hands would go up in the air in disbelief that didn't go in, and Evan got
Got
thinking, I got a
another
chance here.
super wedge here. Yeah, get that little bit of left. I thought Luna did it a little too much left. This is looking better.
In the cup.
Yeah.
Evan Gossett with a 1-stroke lead on Paul Anthony Luna. World champion down by 1 early on. And he's telling Evan right now, you're lucky I showed you how to do that.
That one was as set up as it gets there.
Yeah. And like you said, Jason, someone's going to get a hole in one here.
I called it. I'm 1 for 1 on calling things.
Yes.
This is the throwback Evan to when he won the world championship.
Yeah.
Where he was playing lights out.
It really is.
Solid.
He looks like he's in his zone. He's in a good spot physically and mentally, just hitting those shots like you said from 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Was it? When did he win the world champ? Was it 2018?
No,
Oh, 20
no. It was 2021, 2020,
Maybe 19.
19. Wait, it was pre-COVID. I went to 2 worlds. I'm trying to remember. It was the first one I went to, so it was 18, right? And then Stenmark won 19, and then we had COVID. Yeah.
Or maybe was it 16?
No, it was 18.
We'll find out. And Tim, sorry, this is the King of the Hill match in the main bracket finals. We'll keep you posted on the. Yeah. Okay, correct. Yes, I misspoke there. This is the finals. We will keep you
This
posted
is
on
the
the Justin Wilson,
finals.
Chisholm Woodson match. They are in the purple bracket, and the winner of that does play Gary Sheldon, who
And
is the
Chisholm's
King of
in
the Hill.
some junk. You guys can't see it. I think he's giving up several strokes here. He's down low. He was in some snow, and then now he's in some dirt. I don't know what the score was before that, but Chisholm is struggling here.
Yeah, definitely.
And
Almost
Chisholm
gets
doesn't
up
get
there.
up either here. And Justin has an eagle putt, a long eagle putt. So it looks like he's probably going to take a couple strokes lead.
Do like the matching attire, wearing the red shirt, being Tiger. It's
And a
right in
good
the center of
putt.
the cup.
And Justin was saying to me during our match that his putting was failing him today, but he seems to have he got it back against me, and he seems to be putting really
So
well
you trying
here.
to take credit for that then, or?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I
I'll
would
take
too.
credit for anything that's positive.
But putts like that really show where you're at mentally in a match. They're not the easiest ones to make.
Yeah.
In this setting.
Totally. We're going to find out here in a second what this score is. As soon as Chisholm decides to finish up the hole.
This will be a 3-stroke change.
And he's playing quicker now, too, for the record, and it's showing.
Oh,
you see what happens when he plays low. He's in his own head now.
Yeah.
So Justin here, definitely 4 strokes. And I would say the way Chisholm's playing, that match is over.
Yeah. So we'll keep you posted on that. If anything drastic changes, we'll bring it back to you to watch the last couple holes of that one. We'll keep an eye on hole 16. That's really the only hole that might make a difference for him.
Luna going for the green. Little short there. Nice try, though.
Good chance at a chip here. There it is! A hole out for Paul Luna, putting some pressure on Evan Gossett. Evan still has a chance to match him here. But if he does not, then
we'll be
we're going to be all squared up.
That's going to get exciting. And we're only at hole 6, and we've already seen a lot of action. And there it is. Right. We got a tie match.
That was a pretty safe shot. He wanted to try for the hole. He didn't want to give up that stroke.
He didn't want to give up another one.
But he also didn't want to go over that and have another chip coming back. Because we've seen Evan put himself in that situation before.
And here's another one that's got a good chance of
And Paul Luna does some funny things sometimes. He starts getting warmed up.
He is a funny guy. He buzzed the hole. I think Evan's going to have a shot here as well.
Wouldn't it be something if Evan just takes it right back?
It gets exciting when that happens because then you know they're ready to play.
Yeah.
A little short there.
All square after 7 holes. Beautiful Hollywood Hills. Where's the pin at? Bottom center.
Oh, I like this.
You can't hit this one too hard here, can you, Jason?
I like to thumb the 5-wood with bite and let it get on the high tier and roll down. And it just trickles down, and you've got a nice shot at it there. If you get used to how that slope works, I've holed out a bunch of them doing it that way. These guys aren't going to do that.
Oh,
that's fine. That's a nice one there.
The main thing you want to avoid doing, you can hit the bottom and be fine, you can hit the top and be fine, but you hit that slope,
you hit that
not
edge,
fine.
And it
usually bounces right off into the water.
Totally brutal. Totes brutes.
Took the words right out of my mouth right there. Playing pretty long here. Got to make sure that he pulls it back a little bit to the right to cut into it and have it glide up there against that right one slope. Or you're just going to thumb it to the left a little bit. Safe,
nice
very safe shot there. Beautiful.
When you try to thumb those like just left one type of thing, it's hard to get totally dialed in. It's so easy to hit it dead straight or go a couple.
That's going right towards it too. Look at that. Luna being the reigning world champion, Mark Stenmark passing the torch over to him in Vegas. Was that February this year? It seems like it was a long time ago, or June. I don't know, whenever.
When was that? I don't even remember. It was cold.
Yeah, it must have been
April
February
or something? I don't know.
Just a few moons ago.
Yeah, it was February. It was the end of February is what it was. Yeah. Yeah, 3 championships between these 2 guys and myself. We combined, we have 3 championships, so good call there.
Actually, they each have 1. Evan's only won 1 championship.
Yeah. So it's 2 championships between the 3 of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how me and Aaron Rodgers have won a total of 1 Super Bowl.
Yeah. Joe Montana and I have a combined 4 Super Bowl wins. Oh,
and we're out.
We're lights out.
We're back.
Oh.
That was a close one. See, Evan's not happy with that shot. That was a big miss. When you have a left 2 green and you're hitting it left of the hole,
yeah,
didn't even give it a chance.
You're just immediately disappointing yourself. Like when you feel the thumbs go the wrong way.
Here we go. The hole out playlist has been activated.
Oh, engaged, as they say. All right, so we got a right 12. We're going to be doing a little cutty here, I imagine.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Oh, it's
safe with that bite.
Gorgeous. Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to get like too crazy aggressive. Like when you've got a chance to be aggressive, you want to do it. You don't want to just give away something by getting too aggressive early.
you can't give
Evan
up
with
strokes.
a slight cut. Yeah, I mean they're playing smart.
And I always think those are really tough shots to do right there. Is you have such little room there between the fringe and the hole, and finding even though it's not like super close to the hole, just keeping it in that area, giving it a chance.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you can't get too aggressive.
And this is a
like
hole
this
that
is
yes.
tight. You got the left wind.
You don't want to, if you do a pull back left, hit it forward left with bite or backspin, you got to be careful with that spin right because that fringe slopes down towards the sand. And both these guys, they know what could happen.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, and Luna's going to play smart.
Oh, wiping
And
the trackball.
Evan's got a +9 iron, so there's going to be a little more spin here if he puts something on it. I didn't see if Luna's was a plus or not. And there's that plus.
Oh, it looked good.
That was the plus there.
But no +1 for Evan. They stay tied up here after 12 holes of video golf. 2/3 in, 1/3 to go. This is just kind of moving along. Are we going to have extra holes here? Are we going to have a champion in 6 holes? I mean, so many things can happen here.
I'm going to say, being Hollywood and the excitement that happens, I'm going to say someone's going to win it, not in extras. Something's going to happen. We're going to get a hole out or a
and hole
mistake.
17. And hole 17. I mean,
we don't know what the look's going to be. Yeah, the Houston one. This is the Houston one now. The Dallas tournament is the formerly known as Houston tournament. So I think we're here to stay, at least in the short term.
Yeah, I think there's a good relationship between
But
the owner.
there are Houston tournaments, though. You gotta get on the Facebook and the internets, and I know the Vector Room does tournaments. They do a July tournament,
Right.
so
And
look out for that stuff. Oh, look at this!
Shout out to the Vector Room for bringing 5 or 6 machines.
Yeah,
Sean
6
Tickner and his
machines.
crew, helping make the qualifier move along. It was a later qualifier ending around 8 o'clock, but when you have 170 people signed up for a tournament,
It's
31
gonna
machines,
take a while.
it's going to take a while.
Yeah.
Ooh. This is a different box than we've seen today.
I like this.
We've seen a lot of the shorter
I
ones.
like this a lot. Oh, look at this. Yeah, I knew he had a shot there.
14,000 great shot points. Keep on liking this page.
Yeah, I think there's we're into the hundreds of people here watching, but we don't have the same amount of likes. So if you haven't had a chance yet, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're watching on a big screen TV, which I like to do, and you don't know how the smart TV controls work, you can also get on your phone, your tablet, get back on the YouTube, and you can like and subscribe from there. But you're not missing any action on your big screen TV.
Yeah.
So it's very
And you don't want to
doable.
miss any action when you got 2 of the top players in the world playing.
Yeah, all tied up on 15. You obviously don't want to miss any action, but you definitely want to like and subscribe so that we keep doing this.
Yeah. Couldn't have said it any better, Jason.
I probably could have said it a little better. There's always room for improvement. Even these guys have room for improvement, and they're great.
Yeah. Well, that's
He's on the
nice.
low side, but that'll work. It's
I'd rather be
safe.
down there than where Paul
Yeah,
is.
hit a little full.
But they both have
a little down fives. All righty. There you go. Center cup.
using that baseball, golf ball there. Maybe a small salute to his world champion Houston Astros.
Yeah, is there trash can sounds in here? I
I'm
don't know
not
what's
sure yet.
going on here.
This is a little bit of a deeper tee box. You want to make sure you're on the fairway or the fringe.
Yeah, you want to cut it into the left here. Just make sure you don't keep
That's a-
sliding to the right.
That's a great shot. He put himself right where he needed to be.
And it looks like the low right side is the pin, or is it up on the ledge? It's hard to tell from there.
I think
it's
that's on the
low.
bottom right.
So that's going to be a fun pin for them to go after.
No, the interesting thing, though, is it's left 3. It slopes to the left. So if it slopes to the right,
So it gives them a little safety net there.
Yes.
Yeah. But we're going quad screen. See where we're at here. This is 18, and that ends there. And it looks like Justin Wilson took that one down.
Justin Wilson moves
Another
on
great match
to play Gary Sheldon
in the finals.
World's pass on the line.
World's pass. I wish I was there. I was so close.
You were. Yeah,
I wish
you had a
I
heck of
was
a day.
there. But we got some great action
Let's
here.
see
Here's
what's-
17.
yeah.
What do we got? Oh man.
Ooh, it's on
This
the
is
top.
about as easy as it gets here.
As long as you keep it on the top tier.
You've got the right wind in the right spot of the box.
Paul's seen this look before. Just needs to execute it.
Yeah, this
It's got to
He
go.
hit it short. Wow, that's it. And I was just saying how easy it would look is. I don't know why he low-teed that with the wind. That didn't seem necessary to me because you've got an up 9, you've got a wind in your face. I think you could have just thumbed that 9 and let it trickle down, and that's going to be the match. That's it right there.
Wow.
I already forgot. Was Luna King of the Hill? Do we get another one, or was
Evan
was,
Gossett?
So it's over.
This is Evan Gosson's going to go on
Unless there's some weird squirrely hit a tree 18 action. We just saw the end.
Yeah. He's even taking the earbud out.
Yeah, he knows, and he's given up now. It's hard when you go this far and you know it's over.
And he's human. I mean, this is one of those things to see where we make it look so easy at times.
He's not a machine. He's a man.
Yeah. Anything can happen. Now, like a true champion, I think he's going to finish this match. He could have easily have just quit it right there and said, you know what, I'm not going to come back.
With one whole, you got to play it out. It's when
frustrating as it might be,
tough,
yeah.
but you got one hold. Be a gentleman. And we get a little high 3, and he hit it long. He's got 4 strokes now because Luna did. If Luna's like, why did I just?
Now I guarantee you, Evan hits that shot differently.
But now he can hole out here and tie it up, right? A hole in one, and then him. No, it'd still be short one. Huh?
Yeah, Luna missed a lot of.
Yeah,
putts.
he missed 3. Yeah, and now he's kicking himself, and that just goes to show you can't count yourself out even when you're down 2.
Evan got a little excited with that, a little bit of adrenaline.
Yeah, and he knows.
And
but he
your
knows he just
Dallas Open champion is Evan Gossett, a guy that did not lose today. I mean, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, what is it? 6 wins to get there.
6 wins to get there.
Very nice.
Just
Tough
had a day.
wins. Nothing's a gimme in the main bracket.
Michael
so
Jordan would be
congratulations.
proud. We're in the 23, the All-American.
Yeah. Not baseball Jordan, basketball Jordan.
Right, basketball Jordan for sure. So yeah, we're going to stay here and do the purples final, I think. So
this is gonna be big.
We got Gary Sheldon, who's usually in the main bracket. It didn't work out for him today. However, he's got a chance of getting a World's Pass.
I think he's gonna be ready to play.
Yeah, more than ready. So you can see the congratulations.
There's Mackers giving him with his ugly dolphin shirt.
Yeah, so
congratulations.
So in a few moments we'll have that purple's final match for you.
Bosa. Hopefully there's sacks going on. I'm not even watching the game because we don't get it here. So I figured I'd come in and talk to you guys.
But yeah,
you can see in our background Evan getting a bunch of congratulations. Well deserved.
Well deserved. It was just his day. I'd mentioned earlier where I got a chance to play some games with him on Friday. He was holding out on one machine and doing great on another machine. Just kind of had a strange feeling that this could be his weekend, but he still had to get through the 4 win in a row. Andy Haas, the world champion Paul Luna.
Stenmark coming back where you didn't know where he was.
Right.
A very tough field, 166 people. A lot of people who make the main were in the purple, some were in the pink.
Yeah.
So, it was a tough field through the main, so to go undefeated 6 matches is super impressive.
Yeah, like you said, there were a few people in the purple bracket that didn't belong. You being one of them, you kind of bounce back and forth
I'm
sometimes.
always right on the edge. This time I did not qualify well. That was on me.
And a lot of guys doing some leaderboard watching, around 7, 8 o'clock on Saturday evening.
Absolutely.
To Jeff Lannon, was right there at 133 where I was, because that cut was a 132.
Yeah.
I mean, to think that, you got to shoot that well to make sure you make the cut. That shows the quality of talent here.
That's one of the highest cut lines, right? I think
I would think
that
so.
We've
Yeah.
seen in the 130s,
especially with Champ being in there as well.
Yeah, where you're limited on how many strokes you can get.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
One or two water balls, and then you're already thinking about where am I going to be in the next bracket.
Yeah, absolutely. I know Jimmy G's out. I saw Purdy, and he actually scored a touchdown, so I'm happy about that. Who wins each gun tonight? Lee, you know who it is. You're looking at him right now. He's on camera. And he's talking to Brian B.
I think Paul Luna wins. I think this is just going to let a match under his.
You think so?
Yeah,
or you don't think that it gets in his head?
No, I don't think so. I think I called it before when I did the podcast with Gino that winning the world championship, the next thing that he has not won a player of the year.
Okay. I haven't won a player of the year.
Yeah, neither have I. But odds are in Luna's favor to be, for it to be him. So that wouldn't surprise me. But then, like we were just talking about, you got Evan Gossett, who's playing great. Why not Evan?
He can go back to back. The first back to back, because no one's done one this tournament and then one Player of the Year.
Right.
No one's done
That's
that.
a
So that would
long
be a
day.
first.
That would be a first.
Yeah, and you're coming off the high of winning, so I kind of feel like you accomplished something. So you might not be in your killer instinct mode at that point.
Yeah, especially that monkey off the back kind of feeling. Like it's been long. He got second place to Haas earlier this year. That's when we knew that Evan was back. The old Evan. He got that win, and can he settle down? Can he kind of just focus? Hit that reset button. Hit that reset button for a good reason, because you just won one of the biggest tournaments of the year.
Yeah.
And try to win the Player of the Year tournament, the Top Gun side.
Right. Well, we're not done with action. They're logging in for the purple final. So
yeah, Justin Wilson, who you just saw beat Chisholm Woodson, saw a few holes of that match, and then Gary Sheldon, Cags.
Cags ready to go.
Yeah.
I know on your the Gino podcast that you and Cags do.
Yeah.
You guys weren't allowed to pick yourselves this time.
Right.
Which I loved. I think that's great. You can preface it with, I'm going to choose me, but.
Right, and I did that on the sheet.
If I wasn't in the group, blah, blah, blah. And Cags was talking about how he's more prepared than ever. He's picking himself. He's feeling confident. He's in the purple.
A purple win.
But he's one game away from winning a spot at Worlds.
Yeah.
And not having to grind it out a couple of months from now.
And me and Gary just spoke about that exact thing about an hour and a half ago, when I was in passing with him. He was calling his wife to let her know what the position he was in.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's in a good place. He's in a really good place mentally. He feels very, very well about his game today. And we had that conversation. Would you rather go 0-2 in the main or win purple? He doesn't give a darn about about that debate right now. He is all about
now
that, and not having to worry about grind out for that World's Pass somewhere else.
It's one of the
and they teed off
hardest things to do. Yeah, let's get rid of this and boom,
there's
there.
Gary sporting the Cincinnati Bengals shirt, and Justin Wilson with the Tiger Woods, and yeah, here we go. Nordland, newly released course. We've seen it a few times in the stream.
Yep. I'm gonna go Gary here. We got a question on who do we think. I'm feeling Gary here.
Yeah, I mean, Justin Wilson has had an extremely great year.
Both are great players.
Yeah,
I'm not taking anything away from Justin.
And these are two guys that should have been in the main bracket. They really should have. Justin started out the year, I think, with a 4th place finish in Sussex. Had a couple bad tournaments throughout the year. Gary's found weird ways to make it. And he starts off with a hole out.
Look at one better.
Wow.
One better after one.
Look at that. Justin's like a little nod of the head, and okay. How about that? Good thing we got that screen changed over just in time for that. But yeah, Justin started off really strong, and then I think he missed a cut along the way. Gary, on the other hand, found ways to kind of sneak into the cuts, not playing good in matches.
But not doing match play.
And so here he is winning a bunch of matches. I think in purple, if you go undefeated, it's 7 wins.
Yes, takes 7.
And,
there he goes again.
Yeah.
Up. He's only holed out 50% of the holes now.
Yeah. And you know what? If that goes down to, I don't know, what, 4 or 5% by the end of the game, it's okay.
It's still okay. Now, Justin just needs to keep his head straight. It's so early. We're on hole 2.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you can get a little aggressive here.
Like he just did. Very aggressive.
Fuck. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
But, there's room for hole outs on this course for sure.
Yeah. But I personally think that Gary will win it. I'm good friends with Gary. Nothing against Justin. He's playing great, but I think Gary's just playing better.
Both good guys. I mean, if we're talking about personalities, that you can't choose a winner.
Yeah.
But as far as play goes, I think we're both on the same page.
He likes that one too, a little bit to the right.
Yeah, a little too far there. I think he moved it right and pushed it right, which I'm notorious for doing.
So as you can see, we've got a glove on the machine there. Got a few guys that play with the gloves. Gary not one of them. See how that works out for Justin today. Didn't work out too well for Chisholm, getting 3rd place, but still a really good showing for him. And these are par 3s where, I don't know, try to get a little closer there, but and Justin knows it.
How's your daughter Julia doing?
And here's one of the easier par 5s in the game. We're going to hit a big A1 here.
I just go straight at it. Is it really necessary to?
well, maybe get a bounce like that closer.
Does that? Who
Going
cares?
the
Right?
one time I went straight at it, mishit it, ended up in the snow and was unable to get to the green.
Oh, you mishit it.
Yes. So
Well, you can also mishit it with a C3.
you could. That is very true.
It just seems like a straight hit it 140. You're there. It's perf. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just me, just a regular old Golden Tee player giving you the what's up. Gary, I know all of this, man. You think I don't know what's going on? Purdy's got a Purdy pass play for a touchdown. All right, so there's Durkee's predicting the double Gossett, which I think was it Jay that predicted that too. So we've got a couple people predicting the double dip. I'm predicting that I'm going to spoil someone's day at the bottom of the Top Gun. I'm gonna take someone out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Gary, have you liked the stream yet? Has Julia get Julia on her phone on the stream and tell her to hit like. We need 6 more likes to hit 100. Let's get to that hundo, ladies and gentlemen. Hit those like buttons. Who's on? Send a comment if you're still on, if you're still listening, you're still watching the excitement. You can't go away because we got Top Gun, Little Gun coming up. We got Purple Final right now. This is for a World's Pass.
Yep.
So I know you all are watching. If you're watching, you got to hit the like button. You got to subscribe.
Yeah, we in between these Purple Finals and the Top Gun, Little Gun tournament, there is going to be a little bit of a break. We'll have an idea of how long that break is a little bit later on, but make sure that after you like and subscribe, you make sure to turn your notifications on.
Yes.
That way you'll get a message knowing when the stream is back online.
Yeah. Hi, Q. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well. Gary, 8 years old, man. Kids are getting phones at 4 years old now, right? Get her a sweet iPhone 16 or 18 or whatever, or one of those double-screened Samsungs.
I mean, if she's 8,
It's for her future, man.
She has a tablet, it's like a Fire tablet or something like that.
You can get her own YouTube channel. She can be making bank, man.
Josh Mertzig tuning in.
Ah, Mertz.
All
Hey, Josh. Been a while.
Yes.
I hope you hit the like button, Josh.
He did. He said he just liked it, and we're at over 100, it looks like. So thanks, everybody, for
We did
doing
it.
that. Time to do a happy dance.
Yeah, I'll be at St. Louis next year, which will be my birthday weekend, I think. So
Good. Yeah,
and
and
because
that's
I can't do Nashville next year because they moved the date and it's in the wrong weekend for me. So I think Nashville's out for me. So I'm gonna sub in the STL. Oh, nice little shotties here. Nice job, Justin.
Yeah, and speaking of next year, I mean, here we are talking about the final stop of the tour this year. We still have that Top Gun, Little Gun tournament, and we haven't mentioned the PEGT tour on how they handle all this, how they find a way to have this extra tournament for those that make all the appearances to their tournaments throughout the year.
I think it's a great idea.
But then we also, today's what, December 4th? We're 4 weeks away from the 1st of January.
Yeah, this year went fast.
2023 is right around the corner, and the reason I bring that up is there's a tournament schedule out there somewhere, so you're going to have to start looking at these dates.
I think we could throw that up in a second, maybe. We'll see. Once we get to a little spot, maybe we'll throw up the dates and everyone can see it. Gary, are you coming to every event or are you going to every event? Justin, a little short there. I haven't been that short, so. All right, so here's the schedule coming up next year. Try to make at least 1 or 6 of these.
Well, two of them qualifies you for the Top Gun Little Gun. So go to at least one and find a way to come to Dallas next year at least.
I think try to go to as many as you can.
Yeah, that too.
Nice shot from Justin coming out of that short rough there.
Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, we got February is Orlando. I'll be there. That's my hometown, although I'll be in an Airbnb because it's an hour and a half away. An hour. Wisconsin in March. Not as cold as the February Wisconsins we've had the last couple of years, so that'll be better. St. Louis in April. I will be there. It's a couple days after my birthday. It's April 24th is my birthday, so come say hi to me there. And representing Nashville, one of the most fun towns in the country. Host Jay Ware to take care of you. The Carolina Clash, one of the most fun events. The Muse Brothers and Gino hosting just a great weekend. And then back here in Dallas where the suburb of Dallas.
Right. And I'm hopefully
to kick off your holiday season.
I'd like to go to a few of those and looking at those dates and a shout out to my girls who I think might be watching and listening right now. They've they both like the page, 15 and 12, Addie and Ella.
Do they have phones?
Yeah, they got phones. But
See,
yeah,
Durkee, they got phones.
But they their birthdays don't conflict with the schedule. So
Oh,
I'm,
look at that.
Might be able to make an appearance to Nashville in
Nice.
August and
Look at this. Oh,
and
good
in
shot by
Columbia
Gary.
in October. So this past year, obviously, wasn't able to be in Carolina because the Sunday of the Clash was my daughter's birthday, and
Oh, okay.
we got
Fair
to go.
enough,
We
fair
were
enough.
we were at Harry Styles in Chicago, so that was
Oh,
a good
yeah,
time.
that's, it doesn't get much better than that.
No, yeah, celebrating her 15th birthday with Harry, so that was always a good time.
Josh, I don't know if you've asked her, but I'm pretty sure Stacy's ideal birthday weekend is to be in Wisconsin in March
Yes.
at a bowling alley.
I mean,
have you even asked her? Or are you you can make it a surprise? Babe, I bought tickets to a surprise venue for your birthday. She's going to be stoked.
I think she's smart in that. But it used to be Courtney Kinsler's birthday celebration years ago.
Yeah.
Kinsler, they'd find a way to make it to the tournament. And she, now, she's been a part of video games in the industry for a couple decades now. Actually, no more as they focus on their
I don't
their
think
small
you're
business.
supposed to talk about women in decades being in stuff. I think that's a faux pas.
Oh, well.
She's a young woman who knows with experience.
Yes, backspin would have been nice right there for Gary.
Yeah, that might not have been the best either. She's a lovely, lovely person.
But
I love
back
Courtney.
to the game here. Tiger Woods teeing off on hole 9.
Justin still needs a stroke, and he was going to go for the ultra shotty, which is a bold move.
A bold move against the guy that has the ultra side pot, ultra hole out side pot. that being Gary Sheldon.
Yeah. Gary, I will tell her you say hello unless I forget. And I think eight times is a charm, Josh.
Yeah. And this hole is
spend a
drivable
birthday.
today.
Look at this. We get the drivable look with a good wind. This you can attack. You might not want to in the finals if you're up a stroke, but you could really attack this if you wanted to.
But you got to make sure you hit the green because if you hit that rough short, there's no guarantee it's going to bounce up on the green.
Oh, when I say attack it, I mean attack it on the green.
Okay.
I'm sorry I didn't preface that.
And he's being pretty conservative there.
Oh, my wife is so wonderful. She just brought me a cold, refreshing beverage.
Jackie, Gary says hi.
Gary Durkee
Yeah,
says hi.
so I took care of that for you,
And
Gary.
his daughter Julia says hi too.
Great shot here for Justin. The wind's going to blow it a little bit towards the hole. It's still going to stay down a little bit low. And two pretty safe shots there to make sure they can both get an eagle and move on. And usually you're putting in for birdie on this hole, but because the setup today is drivable, it does show that it's an eagle. So par for this course will be 28 today, not the usual 27.
Yeah. We got 87. I don't know what that means.
But that's okay
MKW
because
fire. What does that mean? I don't get references if that was a reference to something.
he's got 87. We've got 73 yards here. 8 wind.
The smooth transition. Wow, I'm impressed. Usually it's just like me and Aljaz being drunk and stupid on here. You've got skills.
Not my first rodeo here, Jason. I've been doing this all day. That's one of the benefits of going 0-2.
You go, I've got too much time on my hands.
Oh, that's going to be recorded somewhere. But anyways, Justin's teeing off, and these are holes that he needs to be a little bit more aggressive on. Try to find a way in the cup. It's going to be a little bit left.
I feel like he's going to ultra it to catch up.
Maybe.
I feel like that's happening. He's going for the ultra.
I really hope both these guys find a way to land the green on the next hole because it's been trouble for several players today. And that's that drivable par 4. And if it's got to set up a 350 or something like that to the pin, not this one, I'm sorry, it'd be the next hole. Or maybe 14. This is still a new course. We're still trying to get all of our ducks in a row here as far as what holes where.
Yes.
Gary Sheldon up by 1.
I don't think there's any ducks on this course. This is a cold environment, so I think they all flew south for the winter.
Speaking of cold environment, it was, 40 degrees here the other night?
Yes, Saturday was a little chilly. It was much nicer today, although I've been inside 99% of the time.
And that's what you do at these tournaments because you want to support the venue that's having us, right?
Support the team. Mike, if you're talking about my wife,
that's
she's
looking
not only
pretty good. Get right.
Come
He was trying to nudge it from the machine there.
Yeah, I do that too. Not only the best wife in all of GT, she is the best wife I've ever had out of all of my one marriage. But I think
you're 1 for 1.
Yeah, 1 for 1. No, she's spectacular. I love that woman. I would, if anyone got in the way of her happiness. You don't want me around when you try to do that because I will not make you happy because she is the most important thing in my life.
Yeah, and what would make Gary not happy is by putting this one short of the green. So he wants to make sure that he.
This is the
hits
swing here.
yes.
This is because if you come short, it's ugly. So
Yeah.
this is
This
one
is-
where it's like put it in the center and just give
It can
yourself
go-
a putt.
That's a great one. You can go long. That ice slopes up
Yeah.
instead of down. You do not want to go
You can't
short.
go. You have to hit it straight. You don't want to accidentally put a baby cut on it because it'll die.
You're exactly right.
I actually switched to the 9.5 for this course just for this hole with a little more loft on it because I was bumping into that.
That's a great looking. It's gonna be
That's
long.
beautiful. Oh, he
It's gonna bounce, but
high teed it.
It should bounce down onto the fringe, and he's gonna have a putt if he chooses. Not the easiest. There's a lot of fringe right there, but at least he's not chipping off that ice.
Yeah, he's on fringe. Can I?
I would have played I played a 290 naked with light there. Not naked.
If you're hearing a whisper, it's Chisholm. He's
A great putt for Gary
whispering
right
sweet
there.
nothings in our ear.
Justin missing his putt, so he's going to be down 2 strokes going into hole 14. Gary Sheldon up 2.
Huge 2-stroke lead getting this late on a course where you're unlikely to be giving anything back is so big.
Yeah, he's.
He doesn't have to get aggressive here. He could
No.
play on the left side and just putt up. You know, you're just looking for an uphill putt here. I mean, he's going to attack it because he's Gary, but
Yeah.
I don't even think that was necessary. To me, you
No.
put disaster in play. Not disaster, but don't give one back where a hole out gets you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and this is one of those holes to where you got to worry about going. If he's got bite on it, but you can go long. It will trickle past the hole and go over, but they're pretty safe.
Cute. Those are some of the best sweet nothings.
So we're approaching the one hole that can really make a difference in that match, and that's hole 16. Hole 15 is going to be probably a pretty straightforward look.
Did they change recently 16? Because I feel like it's just gotten way easier, or have I gotten better at it? I don't understand.
I'm going to guess it's probably gotten way easier, since I highly doubt that you've gotten better at it.
That's what I'm trying to get at. Because when it first came out, I mean, I would mess up that hole every time, and now it just seems easy to me. And maybe I've learned something.
That comes with experience, yeah. So I know you're new to this, Jason, but yeah.
My 14,000 games.
The play more, get better does have actual
I
meaning.
crossed 14,000 this weekend. You'd think I would be better at that point, but I'm better than I was before.
But yeah, these are.
I only lost to Chisholm by 1 this year, where years ago I'd have lost by. Oh no, that's
2 strokes.
Yeah, that's tough. It's tough when there's only a few holes left and you just know you're out of it. I mean,
I don't know about that.
congratulations to the 49ers and Christian McCaffrey with that touchdown.
With 4 seconds left in the first half. And as Justin's ball touches down on the green, a little short of the pin, going to be down 4 strokes going into that difficult 16 we were just talking about. The one thing about 16 is, Jason, you want to make sure that you don't.
Well, Gary's
end
just
up
going to
short
plop
left.
it anywhere
Yeah.
on the green at this point.
And the way this game's going, it's probably going to be one of the easiest setups you'll ever see. I'm going to guess pin right in the middle. It is in the middle, off to the right.
Yeah,
Not
just-
easy, but he's going to pull back to the right here and cut into it.
I kind of like the high 6 here where you can kind of put some spin on it. And not
Oh,
worry-
that's not a good
wow,
shot.
That's horrible.
Slow up.
Oh, wow. Now, that should be a safe putt for him. He should click a couple right and just tap it.
Take the birdie.
And take the 1 stroke away.
Take the
You're
1
up
stroke
4.
and give Justin the box in the last 2 holes. And
But to me, for him, he had 4 strokes. I would have high 6'd it and put it in the center of the green and let it trickle.
yeah,
I don't know why. Oh, that's a very nice shot.
that
for
is,
Justin.
yeah. And he's got to make those very
it's
nice
1
shots.
stroke for him here if Gary just does what we said. He's not going to be crazy here to do anything.
No,
Right.
he
Gary, what are you doing? Please, Gary.
go right one more. Go
Gary.
right 2 more, Gary.
Yeah, right there.
It's
Just tappy. Yeah. Okay.
See, it keeps on rolling.
Yeah, I would have done one more,
I had a
but
shot.
I'm fine with
That's
it.
what I did in the qualifier. Actually, I put myself in that same spot. I'm like, I am not really going to go after this hole right here. Not worth it. And ended up working out
Yeah.
because if
It's 3 strokes now. Now you're down to the 17's easy. 18 is usually pretty straightforward.
It is, yeah.
It should be over.
not
I
a
mean,
whole lot of room for error. For
Gary's
Gary.
like trying to get himself into weird spots for some reason, like doing cuts when he doesn't need to.
Yeah.
And when you're up, 2, 3, 4, I think just play it smart and take your. If it's an eagle, take the eagle. If it's birdie, take. Why are you trying to hole out? It doesn't make any sense to me.
he hasn't been in this position before. his best finish was in Carolina when he got second place. He's never won a tournament. So, like, even though this is a purple bracket, this is his first win. He's never. So maybe he just doesn't know how to react being up 4 strokes, with 2 to go, and he's just trying to play his usual game, maybe trying to keep consistent, going into the top
very nice
tournament.
full here. I like that. I play a lot of chess, and when you're up pieces, the rule is you just start trading pieces down.
Mm-hmm.
The less material on the board, the easier it is to win.
Right.
And it's kind of the same instance here. When you're up several strokes, you're just trying to take pieces off the board. Just get to an easy checkmate.
Yep.
You're not looking to do something wild and crazy where you can put yourself in trouble.
There's a time and a place for that, and it's not.
Yeah.
That's a good shot there. Still left, not the easiest putt. Made it look easy by putting it in the center of the cup.
Yeah, when you put it in the center of the cup.
He's even just going to putt that. Justin knows that.
He never would have putted that for him if it was a closer game.
If it was 2 strokes, he wouldn't have put that.
Yeah, absolutely. And a pretty simple look here. I mean, there's not much to do for Gary other than put it in the center of the green and let it trickle down. And
yeah, so let's talk about these 2 guys. They're both going to be in the Top Gun tournament. 2 guys that should have been the main bracket.
With us, too.
Yeah, with us. We're Top Guns. Should have been there. They weren't. They both played great in the purple bracket, getting to this finals match. This is great momentum for them.
They're loose.
Yeah, they're feeling good. They're playing great.
Golden Tee.
The guys to watch out for, guys like this that can take out a top name at some point in the Top Gun tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. I think staying loose when it starts getting later on is a big thing.
And one thing that both these guys, Gary specifically, does not drink.
There it is. Boom.
The winner.
We're looking at the latest World's qualifier and our purple champion here in Dallas. Congratulations.
Yes.
All right.
So there's Gary handshakes and hugs all around, and yeah, what a great day of Golden Tee for the Dallas Open.
A great day of Golden Tee golf.
And we still have a night ahead of us.
It's not over yet.
Yeah, so we're stay with us if you'd like. We're going to take a break here in a little bit, but in a couple hours we're going to have.
I'm going to break the third barrier here. I'm sorry, everyone. Is this stream going to stay active, or are we going to be on a new stream? Okay, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be at least 45 minutes, maybe an hour. So this stream is going to end. We're going to have a new stream for Top Gun, Little Gun, Player of the Year. So if you've subscribed to the channel and you got notifications on, you'll know when that new stream starts.
Right.
Because you're going to join that new stream. You're going to watch some of the best Golden Tee of the year. And then you're going to hit the like button because you've already subscribed. You're already getting notifications. You're going to hit the like button.
Don't forget to share.
And share and get everyone involved. And then you're going to be commenting again. Someone will be on here. I'll be busy winning matches.
Yeah.
So it won't be me necessarily. But
hopefully it's not us. I think that's what
there's no hope about it. Yeah. I'm winning matches.
So you'll probably see Kevin Lindsay, who obviously does a great job. We all know Kevin. But yeah, it's been great. Sharing our thoughts and knowledge with everyone. And I'm glad you all joined in and liked the page and kind of stayed with us and entertained with us, along the way and watched.
Yeah, thanks for the comments. I always like interacting. Yeah. And it just makes it fun and exciting.
And it's nice that this feed has grown so much in the last couple of years. It was just a couple years ago when we had this stream and there was a mini iPad that had to be plugged in, with the chat going on. So the setup that we have is really great.
It improves every single time.
Yeah, and thanks to the guys behind the desk here that kind of they whisper sweet nothings in our ear throughout the day.
And they're just wonderful.
Do without them.
They bring their luggage, they bring all their gear, and they take care of us.
So yeah, thanks again for watching and listening.
Stick around. You can watch a little bit of football, I guess. I think that's on. The Niners are winning. Go Bosa. Let's see some sacks. But come back, 45 minutes to an hour. We're going to have the best Golden Tee of the year. Kevin Lindsay in the background there. He's being silly.
Yeah.
Silly Kevin.
And let's
Jason. Call him Silly Kevin from now on.
I'm Brian. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and we will see you in about an hour.
See y'all. Thank you.
Ourselves. Oh, all right, there you go. Andy Haas, 4 in a row, 2022 Carolina Clash champion, Le Champion. 4 Power Events Golden Tee tournament victories in a row. Heading into the final 2 tournaments of the year, the Dallas Holiday Classic and the Player of the Year Top Gun Little Gun event.
The National Golden Tee Tour heads to the great state of Texas.
Dallas is my favorite weekend of the year, probably. It is a different animal, but it's all Golden Tee all weekend, and that's kind of what I live for.
This is also not a real good setup to play with.
That looks good, though.
Unless you're Andy Haas. Oh, there we go. Andy Haas with the hole out, who gets excited for half a second.
Is it possible to defeat the great Andy Haas?
Mr. Thumbs here.
Oh!
Can anybody end the dominance that is Andy Haas? Some say Andy Haas is the greatest player of all time, but he keeps getting better.
Give a shout out to the Rage, too, for.
There we go.
Will anyone stop Andy Haas?
Was a reason Kevin made such a deep run today. Oh my God.
Oh, there we go.
I mean,
back to back.
I mean,
The eyes of Texas are upon the nation's best Golden Tee players.
I play a real simple game. I'm not a huge cutter. And I try to just get myself in the best position. Here we go. Pull out. Paul Taylor.
You can never count out Paul Taylor.
Definition of shot shaping and shot making is Paul Taylor. This man is a true threat to any player's best game, and he didn't just give himself the nickname of hole maker, he's earned it.
The field is more competitive than it has ever been.
Spin, that's in the hole.
That is in the hole.
Is it once again Luna's time to shine?
Yep, Paul here. We're in sudden death again. Just got to get down. Yep. Oh, yeah! Paul Luna again.
It can be tough because you really have to be on your game and you have to have the endurance to be able to play at the top of your game for 2 tournaments.
No, Brewer has the same club. He's going to hit the same shot.
He has a super spin?
Yeah. Same shot. Back to back.
Ryan McCook, a dark horse in this tournament, is here to play.
Not many players can say they stepped away from the game they love while in the prime of their career, only to return years later. And even fewer veterans come back better than ever, but Ryan McCook is one of those guys.
Last year I won Dallas, but I was sober. So we'll see how it works this year. It might be a little different, but I'm still very good at video golf, so we'll figure it out.
So many players, so much top-tier talent, but only one of them can be Player of the Year.
Wow. As his t-shirt says, that was straight cash, homie.
Yes, it was.
Can anyone take down the living legend, Andy Haas? Who will be the 2022 Top Gun Player of the Year?
This